then it was like at that point I realized like Ray's talking about fucking Kenny. I will punt Kenny across this fucking room.
Tell me you don't like a nigga without saying you don't like the motherfucker.
Shout out to Ray for giving him an L. That's the way you say that shit. Ray did that shit. He gave that man an L on his birthday. Ray,
That story is so fucking hell.
Ray, if you ever give me any letter on my birthday, I'm gonna write you a mean ass letter. And it's gonna say sincerely.
Oh no. I told a friend of mine I'm gonna get him one of those little toy like the remote control HUD counters, them drones or whatever. But it's gonna be shaped like the word fuck, so I can say here, I finally gave a flying fuck.
See, so you giving them a fuck.
That's fucked up. That's
here's
too much.
Here's a fuck to give.
Exactly.
See, you thought too much into that shit. Like that shit was too much. Ray's shit was simple and sweet. A big ass wooden L.
No, for me, if I'm gonna do something like I'm going to go to the extreme. Especially if I don't like a motherfucker, I'm definitely gonna go to the extreme.
If I don't like a motherfucker, I would just separate myself because fucking up their life wouldn't be enough for me. I gotta like show my dominance. I gotta choke slam you, RKO you. You know.
So for me, it's a case of I don't dislike someone just for no apparent reason. You have to have done something to like draw that shit out of me. And at that point, it's just like I have to destroy your entire fucking existence. I have to ruin your whole soul.
But see, I don't really give people chances to do shit to me. It's necessarily like how they carry themselves.
What are you, a fucking bad guy, Dion? I will destroy you.
Hey, we're all the villain. We're all the villain in someone's story.
Oh, okay, you and Killmonger could believe that shit. Right,
he is Mojo Jojo. He is Mojo Jojo.
That was the most smooth brain answer. You know what? Never mind.
Hey, shout out to my man Father. Shout out to my man Father. What's up, Father?
But it's the truth. We're all the villain in some
He
way.
said we're all the villain in one story. I'm nobody's villain.
Man, I'm an anti-hero.
No, tell that to the motherfuckers on Twitter. Anyway,
I'm an anti-hero.
I'm not a villain. They the villain. They stupid.
I'm an anti-hero.
It's a matter of perspective.
I'm Scorpion. Y'all don't know my origins of my story yet.
The hell?
If you say
correct, if there's a problem, I correct it. Is that a villain?
If there's a problem,
depends on how you go about
shout out to the boy
Mufasa
who was scared of father.
Well, I don't beat their ass, Dion.
Some motherfuckers just need their ass whooped though. Like
not everybody though.
You need to learn to keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, literally.
I do, unless I have a legitimate reason.
What's a legitimate reason?
He's having a bad day. He can't reach his cereal on the top of the refrigerator.
Self-defense.
Shut up.
That's that's a valid one. At that point, I'm hungry.
You was gonna ease off, Q. You said he was gonna ease off, Q.
That's actually a good one because at that point, I'm hungry and I don't want to be fucked with.
He said something about being a villain. I'm an anti-hero, man. I gotta fuck with him. Like, come on, man.
The lie test determined that was a lie.
Look, is it really my fault? Just to fuck them, nigga. You the Joker. The fuck.
Hey, maybe I am. But you ain't Batman.
It don't get much worse of a villain than the Joker, who literally his entire existence revolves around pissing off Batman.
Hey, shout out to the Joker for being an irritating ass friend. That's who the Joker is. The Joker is the irritating ass, hating ass friend. Like, oh, you want to save the world, baddie? How about I blow up this building and then this building?
And then if you watch, he talks to Batman like they're supposed to be boys. If you really pay attention to how Joker actually speaks to Batman.
Yeah, he do.
What's good? Just about to blow up this bank.
You know, I'm about to blow up this bank. I know you want to save your man's and his wife, but you got to pick one, my nigga.
What?
That was foul. That was so foul.
Hey, he is still that was probably the greatest shit I ever seen a villain do in my life. He really made that man make a choice, and then he made the choice, and then made the wrong choice. Like it was like, God
Right,
damn.
you made
Nah,
the choice and they
Batman.
get there in time in the fucking first place.
Now Batman gonna save one, and then the one he saved still gonna die anyway because Joker implanted something in him, pressed the kill switch. Now he dead, and then Batman looked back at Joker, and the Joker's like, "I said save one. I ain't say he was gonna survive after he saved him."
That's
Right.
fucked up. Shout out to the Joker, man. That nigga's a legend.
And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I'm your host, Ray. With me as always, we have Father.
Rest in peace, video games.
Damn.
We got Dion.
Yo.
We got Crystal.
Hola.
We got D Wolf.
Yo, what's good?
We got Material Life.
Hey.
And last but not least, and I'm gonna remember this time, Q the Reach God.
Hey, shout out to you remembering to say my name this time.
He's not used to you being here with the rest of the group yet.
He's lying because I've been here for like the last 2 months on time, and he has yet to introduce
It's still
me.
foreign to him because you've been showing up halfway through the episode for so fucking long.
But I came early for like 10 episodes, Dion.
Versus the 50-something that you came halfway fucking through.
Ray,
Actually,
you see why I pick on Dion now.
hey man, look,
It is what it is.
it's all friendly. It's all friendly banter. I just want to make sure I'm a good moderator. How's everybody doing tonight?
It's cold.
It is cold.
Very cold.
But
I
I'm in
had
the
to
house
drink a
now.
cup of coffee in the middle of the night to keep myself from falling asleep from that boring ass football game. And now here I'm playing Tetris so I can avoid watching it.
Dion, you angry.
Very.
Like that's all I'm gonna say about that. You angry, Dion.
That's how bad this game is. It's infuriatingly boring. Like, damn.
Oh, man.
Why would you put yourself through that?
Again, I'm playing Tetris while I'm talking to y'all.
Dion is like a 50-year-old man in a 7-year-old body. Like he doesn't know what the fuck he wants.
I think the last time I watched the Ravens play, I ended up coloring with my sister's friend.
Damn.
That's awkward.
It's a long story, but
Was that the same
Damn.
one you was making fun of?
it's a long
Ray?
story. But let's just say she was, huh?
Is that the same one you was making fun of?
Yeah, it's the one I was making fun of.
Oh God.
And guess what? She was a hoe named Brittany. So,
Oh, Lord.
Hey, shout out to the hoes named Brittany.
Shout out to Ray
Why is
cuddling
it-
with one of them too.
What?
yeah, which proves my point. At least somebody knows a hoe named Brittany. And
We all know a
know.
hoe named Brittany. I think me and Ray know the same. You know what? Never mind.
I know at least 3. The fuck?
I think we all know one named Brittany. I'm sorry, Ray.
All right. on to the news. I think we should start with the one I find the most hilarious, but at the same time sad. At the same time, Juicy Smouillet, the French actor.
Why you said juicy though?
What did they? Is that how they said his name during the trial or whatever?
Yeah, he was found guilty on 5 out of 6 charges.
That's how people been saying his name today.
Jussie Smollett.
Nah, they've been saying how you gonna charge Juicy?
How you gonna charge Juicy Smouillet?
I was dead. Oh my God, they called that man Juicy.
All right, so our boy, the gay Tupac.
I wouldn't go that
The
far, but go ahead.
self-proclaimed gay Tupac was found
Oh, he said. Oh, never mind. He said that bullshit.
The worst gay hoe in TV history is calling himself the gay Tupac? No.
He called himself the gay Tupac in the TV show. I think Juicy didn't cut off Ray's microphone because he was talking too much.
Bruh.
Oh
Empire, I have never seen a worse hoe than fucking Juicy Smollett.
I hated that show. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You know what? The show, see, the show wasn't bad. It's just
The first season wasn't bad.
I'm gonna put it like this, right? After the first season, they just got into stupid shit. That's why the show was the way it was. Because a lot of the situations after the first season that they got into was fucking stupid as hell.
Like at one point in time, I thought Lucius was the man. I was like, Lucius, you are really ruthless, and I enjoy this. But then after the first season, I was like, yeah, this shit is going too far. Like, they got the gay Tupac in a rap battle. Like, stop it.
My favorite part was Cookie beating up Hakeem. I thought that was the highlight of the fucking show.
Oh yeah, she whooped that boy ass.
He needed that.
Hey yo, she beat him with a broom. That shit was funny.
Cookie
I
made you
was
look.
laughing the whole time.
He deserved it though.
Cookie made you look at your mother and want to kiss her on the forehead. Like, Ma, you know what? I'm glad I wasn't disrespectful like this big head motherfucker.
Drip, drop.
Drop. Drip, drippity, drop. I hate you. I hate you, Father. That shit was the worst. That shit was the worst.
I heard that shit for the first time and I busted out laughing because I was like, there ain't no motherfucking way this is an actual fucking song they put into the show.
Yeah, drip, drop. Drip, drippity, drop.
Yeah. That was stupid. That was.
And they thought that shit was a hit too. They came out with an album. And
No.
Yes, they came out with a soundtrack for Empire, and they thought that shit was cool.
Yeah, every season had a damn soundtrack to go with it.
Yeah, but most of the songs were bad.
Crystal, I am not exaggerating.
No, bro, most of the songs were bad as fuck.
It was terrible.
You know who had the better songs though? What's her name? The girl.
The singer?
Yeah.
Soraya?
Yeah. Her. She has some of the more decent songs, but it's not easy to make a pop girl, with some decent.
I'm not gonna lie. Hakeem had one song that he rapped on that he actually sounded like a decent rapper. And I was like, you know what? Okay, he might
he had some decent songs. He did.
But that drip drop was like I can't say nothing after it. The song is called Drip Drop.
Drip Drop.
Every time y'all say it, it
makes you
plays
laugh,
in my
doesn't
head, and it just.
Nah, you want to know what's even worse? Lucius got a song called Boom 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 Bang 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 Bang.
Dog, you ain't lying either. They had the worst. Who is their producer?
Timbaland was producing for that show a little bit.
He was producing for the show? Okay, that's why the beats were pretty good.
Yeah, the beats were decent, but nigga.
Boom, boom, boom. Hey, I want to make a side note real quick. I'm watching a TV show on ABC right now. Why am I looking at Jinder Mahal?
Huh?
Yeah, you heard me right.
What the fuck is he doing on your TV screen?
I don't know. I just watched Jinder Mahal.
What the fuck's he doing on ABC? The fuck?
I watched him slap a man who looked like the fat dude from Hangover. He just slapped the shit out of him. And I had to look at him.
I can never pronounce his name. I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah, I had to look at him like 5 times to be like, why the fuck is Jinder Mahal on an ABC TV show? Damn, WWE do people dirty.
Hey man, at least he's not singing a song with his gay brother, and then releasing it, and then it didn't sell for shit. Hakeem, that's another
drive.
L he took.
It's about drive. It's about power.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Since we're talking about terrible songs, why the fuck was The Rock rapping?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to remember why that shit was a thing in the first place. We just gonna let that. We gonna leave
The
that in the
song was
hands of
good
the
up
Lord.
until his verse. The song was good up until his verse.
The nigga wasn't even rapping. He was talking about himself.
That's all he was talking about. He was motivating the other rappers to eat better.
I'm like, Rock, if you don't sit your boulder looking ass down, the fuck? Who the fuck told you to get on a beat?
Oh my god.
I blame Jussie Smollett. I blame him.
Nah, I'm gonna be crystal today. I blame the government.
Oh
You
my
know
god.
what?
You know.
Ooh.
Hey man, speaking of
RKO out
blaming
of
the
nowhere.
government. No, speaking of blaming the government, you know, Jussie Smollett actually tried to get fucking Don Lemon to look over his case.
Don Lemon probably looked at it and said, "Oh yeah, boy, you guilty."
They're trying to get him fired.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they
Don
try to get him fired.
Oh,
Bruh.
Ray's back now.
I've been back.
Oh,
Nah,
we ain't
see,
even
here's the
noticed.
thing about.
We've been laughing at drip drop this entire time. Like,
Was
I
I
feel
been
like-
here the whole time?
I feel like Don Lemon saw himself in Jussie Smollett, and then he saw the bullshit that was happening. He's like,
hey,
you know
you
what?
gotta say pause when you say that.
Pun intended.
You gotta say
Oh.
pause when you say that.
Oh.
Fuck no, baby. That's what Don
Like,
Lemon said.
You know what? I can't win.
Just you smell it, you're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Bro, how you gonna lie?
How you lie about a hate crime?
Bro, my thing is, how the fuck do you lie about a hate crime in a fucking environment where nobody wants to do a hate crime? It was like how many degrees it was outside? And the nigga said he went to Subway.
You paid.
It was in Chicago. It was like negative degrees.
And
You
then this
paid-
nigga outside at
I
Subway.
don't think Chicago cares what degree it is to kill.
Shut up. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That made so much sense. I don't think they give a fuck how cold it is. But
Right.
how do you like, you're not even good at lying.
You mean acting.
Like, you're a terrible liar. And then
He's an actor.
he was terrible at it, clearly.
That's even more reason to be pissed off. You an
His job
actor
wasn't
and
to
you got caught
lie.
lying?
And you couldn't act that
His
out.
job
You couldn't
wasn't
act
to
that
lie. It
out.
was to act.
You couldn't act that ass whooping out.
Just
My hair.
even like Damon Wayans when he do Blake Man sounds like having convincing ass weapon in.
He didn't think it was gonna go this far. He thought he was just gonna take a little picture, and then was gonna, 1, 2, 3. But then the police wanted to be doing a full investigation. He's like, damn, it's too often.
It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. Like, he didn't think this shit through, did he?
No, he thought it through, but some folks that was running that battery.
If he'd have thought it through per se, he wouldn't have did the shit. So
If he would have thought it through, he'd have actually went and found people to beat his ass.
no, if he'd have thought it through,
He
he wouldn't have
did.
tried this bullshit in
He
the
got two
fucking first
Nigerians.
He got
Just got to
He
be
got
the
two
most
Nigerians.
random niggas.
shout out to
They were all his
Father.
friends.
Father, I know you wouldn't have did that shit.
Hell no, I wouldn't have done that shit. Are you kidding me? I'm
Hey,
not putting my hands on him.
Hey, but let's point out the fact that he thought he was going to be able to snitch on them, talking about he had just bought some cocaine from them.
Nah, you want to know what it is, Q? They Nigerian, so he thought them being Nigerian would add on the extra homophobia and the ass beating. You are gay. Why are you gay?
Didn't I hear that
Why are you
that
gay?
it ruined one of the twins when he outed them? Well, one of them, whichever one he said they were sleeping together. Didn't that mess him up where he can't even go home now? I heard something like that.
Yeah, I did hear one of them. He was seeing one of them, but
That's crazy.
I think that's a lie too.
That's crazy.
And the
Went and
only
shot
reason
me.
why, and the only reason why I think it's a lie is because again, he was a terrible hoe in Empire, so I think it carried over.
Shut the fuck up.
He was terrible.
He fell in love
Ray,
with a white man and then fucked Alicia Keys. I don't understand it.
no, listen, Ray has heard me rant about this nigga and his inability to stick with one man. And even if you don't want to stick with one man, at least the other man that you're seeing, don't fucking catch feelings every 2 motherfucking seconds you get some damn attention.
Bro.
As soon as the attention is away from him in the show, he goes, "Oh, well, I knew this was gonna happen." Like, shut the fuck up.
Bro, he fucked Alicia Keys in the show.
He did not. It was a kiss.
Look,
It was a kiss.
No, they actually,
No, they did not.
that.
They did not. They
No,
did not.
they did not. It was a kiss.
They did not. It was a kiss.
That's far enough.
Okay, so here's my question. So, what's he looking at time wise?
5
There's no
years.
saying.
Because here's the thing, I read something saying that he's possibly not even going to face jail time.
Nah, he's facing 5 years, but it might not be jail time.
He could have faced jail time if he would have faked that threatening letter. If he faked that threatening letter, he could have faced up to 30 years. That's where the most of that shit was going to go.
This nigga, oh my god.
Jail would not end well for him.
Juicy, you are
Or
stupid.
would it?
Juicy, smell it, you are stupid.
Nigga, all you had to do was stay home and not stage anything. How hard is that?
You'd have still been on Empire.
I think it's one of the reasons why Kamala lost when she was running, because she had backed him hard. And everybody knew it was bullshit. They were like, you know what, fuck this bitch.
Bruh, Kamala.
Whoop, I'm gone.
Bruh, Kamala in itself is a whole nother motherfucking.
We're not even gonna get into her.
Well, the whole Democratic Party backed him up.
And
Ooh.
What is
Hold
that?
on.
Hello?
Shit.
You good? You good?
God damn. I think she was.
I hear an
fucking
echo
speaking.
too.
There's always something in this damn podcast.
It's Jesse. I fucking hate Jesse.
Anyway, Juicy Smollier of almost 5 years.
This nigga, how the fuck, man? Shit don't make sense.
This shit gonna follow him forever too.
It is gonna follow him forever. And all that nigga had to do is sit down and eat his food.
Yo,
Like,
I got a
shut up.
question though. Yo, I got a question though. Do you think this has anything to do with why Lovecraft Country was canceled? Do you think it's because the sisters in there they didn't want anything to?
Nah. Cause his sister's cool. She be cooling. She be, doing her acting,
To be funny,
she stay low key.
To be frank, I didn't even know that was his sister until like a year ago.
I didn't know until this happened.
Yeah, basically, like I didn't even know he had a sister.
I mean,
I knew because the Smullers had a show on ABC like years ago on TGI Friday that probably I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes, and that's the only reason why I know the Smuller is a big family. So that's just me showing my age.
but he just shadowed over that name with this fake hate crime bullshit.
Nah, we still like the sister.
Oh yeah, Journey Smollett, my baby. Except the temptation, but we're not gonna go there. But yeah,
That was Tyler Perry's fault. Don't blame her. Everything is Tyler Perry's fault. You know what? I'm blaming this Juicy situation on Tyler Perry.
Why? That was my next question.
Don't ask me why.
Why?
Don't ask me
we
why.
need an answer. We need an answer.
Don't ask me why.
I'm gonna ask you why.
Because it's Tyler fucking. You know what? Tell me that whole scene didn't give you Tyler Perry movie feels. This whole situation.
Oh yeah, when he
like
said
Tyler
he said "Ain't you that gay F word" from Empire. It was like, what redneck Republican watch this Empire.
Exactly. That's a Tyler Perry movie.
Better yet, which one? Who with the MAGA hat are walking in Chicago? Nobody will do that at during the daytime, but at 2 o'clock in the morning.
D Wolf, I was just walking in Chicago with my MAGA hat on. Then I saw this black guy. And I ain't like the way he looked at me. He looked like he wanted to kiss me. So I beat his ass.
Hey,
And then I got my
What you say?
friend
The corner.
who was also Nigerian. And then we beat his ass.
hey, stop the bullshit.
Honestly, I know when this originally came out, and I said I think he probably was fucking with someone's man, and he was coming out. He was like doing, yo, that's what I said. I think so. He was fucking with someone's man. Someone caught him. They caught him slacking. And then you hear that joint about what him having drug filled cocaine baths or some shit like that.
That boy was on coke.
It just proves my point.
He
That
basically
boy was
said
on
that in
coke.
court.
They always say
Said
rich
that.
people do coke.
Yeah, so it had to be cocaine, man. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. What Rich James?
Cocaine's
What Rich James?
I blame Lucius.
Dog, how you blame? You shouldn't have threw your son in the trash can, man.
I'm saying that traumatized him, and now he felt like he gotta fucking act out for motherfucking attention.
Right, you threw that man in the trash can, man. Ruined his entire life.
If somehow, some way, I don't know whether to say Jesse or Juicy now, but if somehow, some way he hears it, you realize like you will never be taken seriously again, and that is any capacity, career wise, anything you do, say, or whatever. Like, nigga.
Not only that,
Honestly,
Dion, not only
Zero
that,
sympathy.
but he cannot use the homophobic card anymore. That's the saddest part.
Zero sympathy for him.
The saddest part.
honestly,
Well,
The
is that
saddest
part
go
part
ahead,
is
still
Q. Go
valid?
ahead, Q.
the saddest part is that he did all of these things, and he's black. So even if he was white, maybe he would have another chance. But you're black now. You made it worse on yourself.
Nigga, if he was white, the case would have been dismissed
Yesterday,
expeditiously.
it would have. Somebody had to hate crime this white man.
You know what? We're throwing this. We're gonna throw this. Out. It didn't happen. We're just gonna pretend like you didn't even say the shit.
Black man.
Nigerians? What? What Nigerians?
He even went on a dry run, yo. That was captured. And he still kept on lying in court. And they proved that first.
I think the Nigerians even had a receipt on them, like of the payment that they got.
Dog. He is he has to be the dumbest motherfucker in the world.
Well, it's like my teacher said: if you're gonna do something wrong, do it right.
Yeah, it was $3,500.
And then you shortchanged the shit out of him.
They supposed to split 3,500.
That's fucked up. You could have made it 4,000. You give him an odd even number, 3,500. How do you split that down the middle?
Hey, bro, them Empire checks ain't clear yet.
That's
Hold on.
fucking.
I meant to read. Hold on. I meant to read this part.
How many
Additionally,
of them was
he
there?
pushed
Hold
back
on.
against.
God damn it, Dion. What is it?
No, I was in. So how many alleged attackers were there?
2.
Oh Lord.
Father,
Two.
shut the fuck up, please.
I was listening to Ray. Ray, go ahead. Damn.
Additionally, he pushed back against testimony from Bola Osundairo, one of the alleged attackers, claiming that he purchased drugs from the man and made out with him at a gay bathhouse.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. I bust out laughing when I read that shit.
Why does the bathhouse have to be dragged into this?
He testified that he's not gay and their relationship was not sexual in nature. He also previously stated that he did not sell drugs to Smollett, but merely acquired them from him. What the fuck does that mean? He's like, he got the drugs, but he ain't get them from me. That's what he's...
Merely acquired. Okay.
I hate this shit.
The more we go into this, the more it's just
That boy's stupid and got caught.
Okay,
and
so the charges. Hold on, dear. The charges
shouldn't
are
be
class
hard.
4 felonies that carry a prison sentence up to 3 years. But experts have said Smollett will likely be placed on probation in order to perform community service if convicted. So there you go.
I
You're
thought he
gonna
had
pay back
served
Chicago
community.
and FBI.
Say it again.
Go ahead, Crystal.
All right. I thought he had already served community service already, or was that just in the process if he was guilty?
I don't know. I just don't know.
What community is going to want service from him?
Nah. So
You know.
I know what you're
Shut
talking
the
about.
fuck up, Ray.
There's,
Shut up, Ray.
there's answers to that I don't think you want to hear.
I walk myself right into that answer. I'm shutting the hell up now. Y'all go ahead and talk. Because we know what community.
Where's my damn pretzels?
Nah, he probably gonna be picking trash off the sidewalk or something like that. You know how they do.
Oh shit!
You're so beautiful.
Ray, I swear to God, I will leave this podcast.
Yeah, girl.
I actually like that particular song.
Oh, what? Go up, down, bro.
Go up, down, up, down, up, down.
Go up, down, up, down. Ah!
There were worse. There were worse than that.
Father, sing it with me, Father. Drip, drop.
I was about to say.
Drippity, drop.
I do my thing and it go drip, drop.
Drip,
Oh
drip.
my God.
I hated his fade. Let me start off with that. I hated his Steve Harvey impression.
Damn.
Like his fade and his designs were like irritating. He was like the most non-rapper rapper I've ever seen in my life.
See, my problem with him is every time I saw him, I just wanted to throw something at him.
Well, every time Cookie seen him, she threw something at his ass too.
Exactly.
I ain't never seen a boy tormented by his mother so much.
And it was his fault.
He deserved it.
For talking that bullshit.
He's like, what did I do? You were born. Like, fuck you.
Goofy.
Fuck and you my youngest.
You thought you was Lucius, nigga?
How the fuck you the youngest and you the most hated? You failed.
Right. You're supposed to be the loved one.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the loved one.
That's what it is.
Spoiled. He was definitely spoiled.
I figured it out. Juicy was the middle child.
Oh my goodness.
That's why he acted like that.
He was the middle child.
That's why he acted like that. He acted as if he was an abomination. Well, technically, his father treated him like he was an abomination because he threw him in the trash can. But that's beside the point. It's just like you were doomed from day one. You was a trash can baby. Brenda threw that baby in the garbage.
I should have left his ass in there.
Stop. Just
shit. That's what Lucius used to be. Hey, Lucius hated that boy.
I mean, he came around eventually, but
yeah, after he thought he was dying, didn't realize he wasn't dying.
Hey, how does it take a near-death experience for you to fucking accept your son? That's petty.
Hey,
mortality is a motherfucker, man.
You want to know what was the funny part? When he found out he was dying, you'd have thought Lucius thought he was Jesus the way he was floating.
My 3 sons.
Like, that whole family was fucked up. His mama hated him.
I leave everything to you.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, I forgot about what fuck is his name?
What are you talking about the mixed one?
Yeah,
Oh, him? I forgot his name. He wasn't important.
he
Who the
he
oldest
he
son?
kept Hakeem's ass
Nah,
alive, so he was important in that
yeah.
regard.
The oldest.
If you want to consider that.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
the one that Lucius fucked the white girl and he came to
Yeah, he
biracial
Yeah, and
smashed
then
it.
shit.
and then he committed, and then his ass committed suicide after going through all that bullshit.
That I'm
What
not
was the
gonna
point
lie, that was
of?
just it was to make Andre look
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
but
all it
at the
was. It
same
was to
time, he
make Andre
saved the
look
they
life
crazy.
by
made
killing
Andre
himself.
look crazy the entire fucking show.
He was.
He was fucking crazy.
I'm about to say he was very crazy. What are you talking about?
He had a mental illness. He wasn't crazy. Let's not stigmatize mental health.
You know what?
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
Bro,
I'm
if
not
I
gonna say
wasn't
nothing
gonna
else.
say it.
Man, I only go by what I see.
That nigga was talking to his dead brother right next to him.
That
Bruh,
man
And it
was
was
about to,
possessed by
that man
he
tried to
was
kill his.
talking to his dead wife, his dead child, his like I don't know. Andre was special. Shout out to Andre.
Shout out to Andre,
You
man.
can't say that.
What?
hey, say what you want. He was the best actor out of all of them. I'm
He
not
Yeah, he
gonna
was.
lie
was.
to you.
He
He
was.
He
was.
was.
Now
He was.
Andre saved the show a lot of times.
Yes, he did. He was my favorite.
Because
That
Terrence
was the one
Howard,
He
I
was everyone's favorite.
because Terrence Howard accent almost ruined the show.
come on, man.
You
You
Look
Come
here,
gotta
on,
man.
tell him,
supposed
bro.
to
man.
be from
Look
Philly.
here, man.
Don't nobody from Philly talk like that.
As the DJ spins. That's
Oh
another
my.
one.
Oh my
That's
Let the
another one.
DJ
God.
spin.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Snitch, bitch. Snitching ass bitch. Snitch, bitch.
Bitch. Snitching ass bitch. Hey, young, he had the worst diss song I ever heard in my life. Like he's Benzino bad. Like that shit was terrible. And if you know rap, you know Benzino is probably the worst rapper to ever do it.
Oh shit!
Sitting down, reminiscing how I used to get down and did it with you. Like
Shut up.
what?
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Oh.
I can't believe I remember
Ooh.
that shit.
Ooh. Father, you got the CD.
Step up to the club. What do I see? B double O double T double E.
How,
I want to
how
go.
you not
I
want
want
to
to.
say a
I
whack
need to
ass
go.
line, but then you spell this shit wrong?
Yo, listen.
Y'all should
Empire,
have did the motherfucking music.
bro. Empire had quotables for days. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. That
She
show had
fixed
quotables.
you.
She fixed you.
Hey, young, I couldn't believe he said that shit.
I
I
was
could.
crying laughing. I was screaming when he said
Me and father was dying when I
that. She
I
fixed
couldn't
you.
believe he said that shit.
I could. I
I
was
was
not
on
shocked
the
at all.
floor.
I'm not even gonna
I
pretend
ain't
like
never heard no one say that.
Hey,
First of all, that has got to be the pettiest shit you could ever say to your gay son in
I
any
ain't gonna lie.
situation whatsoever.
At that point, I started watching Power. It was like, hey, I'm done with this shit.
Bro, Power is worse. Power pissed me the fuck off.
Why did Power piss you off?
Why didn't Power piss me off? You got a nigga running around with a fucking op the entire time talking about she the love of my life. And then on top of that, he's trying to fucking stop selling drugs at the same time. But then him stopping selling drugs is what's starting to make his son want to sell drugs in the first place. Because he didn't fucking take the precautions to warn him about the niggas that he was running it with in the first place. And then had the audacity to try to blame Tasha.
Why not blame
I never
Tasha?
I
bothered
blame
to watch
Tasha. I'm not
Power.
gonna try. I blame
I'm
Tasha.
about to say, why not blame Tasha? What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
You know,
blame,
no.
I
So
blame Tasha a
I'm gonna
couple
put it like
times.
this. You know what, Ray? I'm gonna put it like this. I would say it's Tasha's fault after a certain time because the first few times she wasn't to blame. She was accustomed to a certain type of lifestyle. But then as the season started to go on, yeah, now you can blame her because she was enabling all the shit too.
Yo, she told that man, "You need to go back to selling drugs. Fuck this club shit and going legit. Go back to selling drugs."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely blame Tasha.
And then after all the bullshit, she goes, "I'm getting out the game. I'm going legit. I don't want to be in this game."
Going legit with what? What do you do?
Nothing.
What does she do?
Nothing.
That shit pissed me off. I was like, you make this man go out there and try to sell drugs when he was trying to go legit. Now you want to fucking go legit? I said, yo, get the fuck out.
Now I see why he fucking two-fingered her forehead in that one scene.
I ain't gonna lie.
They was making fun of it. They said they pushed her forehead, they pushed her hairline back or some shit like that.
I ain't gonna lie. That episode when he choked her the fuck up and scared the shit out of her, I was like, it's about fucking time you did this shit.
I wanted him to do that to Tariq.
I mean, he did put a gun in his face, straight up.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted him to whip his. I wanted him to whip his ass. At least Lucius beat up Hakeem.
But see, Lucius wasn't a gangster.
Yes, he was. Lucius was a gangster.
He had gangster characteristics.
I think Lucius killed more people than fucking Ghost did.
Bruh, the first two episodes, he ended one of his family members. What? Well, his woman's family members. Cookie's
cousin, I think.
Yeah.
Cousin.
Nigga, do we have to go down the line and talk about the people that fucking Ghost killed?
No, we don't need to do that.
No, we don't need to do that.
I'm about to say, Ghost killed a lot of motherfuckers. He stabbed the nigga.
I mean,
like 50 times.
The difference is Ghost killed when he had to.
Yeah.
Like if he killed someone, they had to die.
Lucius was just petty. Lucius got a baby by another woman and then gave it to Jamal and said, "This is your baby."
He was.
And we never seen that kid again. I just want people to know this.
He was ruthless for that one. He was. Oh man.
You want to know what was ruthless? Remember the dude that he was beefing with in the later seasons? He fucking grew dreads and then got with his daughter.
That shit was funny as shit when he grew dreads, bro.
This nigga had a Bob Marley phase. I was fucking weak.
I'm like, did Tyler Perry? You know what? Never mind.
the wigs.
The wigs. Did Tyler? You know what? I'm gonna just leave it alone.
The
Tyler Perry
wigs.
had nothing to do with that.
Oh shit!
Okay, now I gotta go and watch it. I gotta watch that.
Bro. I'm telling you, Empire was a wild ass show.
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. So if you got Hulu, you can watch it.
I backed off that shit after season 3.
Please watch the entire thing. You're gonna
honestly. That's where it got stupid and good at the same time.
Because it was funny.
I backed off that shit at like season 3. I'm slightly upset that Star went out the way it did.
I never watched that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Star
was actually good. Star's actually really good. The last episode was just the way that ended was just
it ended on a cliffhanger.
And then they just canceled it.
It was a straight up cliffhanger. Then they canceled the fucking show.
Right. It ended with a kidnapped baby, a shot up wedding, and somebody's grandmother getting murdered.
Thanks, D.
And just, I mean, it don't matter. It's not like they're going to continue the fucking series.
Wow.
Bruh. You one of those. I see you.
I'm one of a lot of things.
You can't talk about shit. Now I see you now. Okay.
Bro, it's
Dion, you are on my list of people I am not robbing banks with.
Yeah, we only stole $40,000. Shut the fuck up, Nick.
I don't know what he talking about. We ain't steal nothing.
You know what? I could see him saying that. He'd be like, "What? The government owes us anyway.
That's
What's
different.
the point?"
Yeah, that's different.
Bro,
if a bank get robbed,
what?
That's different. And it's something like that. I don't know these niggas. The fuck?
Hey, yo, the cops can kiss my ass. It's like,
You can add me on the list of people you don't go rob a bank with too.
Oh,
You
anybody
snitching?
press me about some shit like that? Oh, I don't know these niggas. I never seen them before. Fuck you mean? What bank? I'm
Yeah.
not
I
even from
don't
this
serve
area.
jail time for nobody,
We
and
never
I'm not
mentioned the
hurting
bank.
financially.
If if we robbing a bank with Dion got to be Dave Chappelle from Blue Street. Sit your stupid ass in this car. Don't leave until you see us coming back.
Oh no, oh no, I ain't gonna
Yo,
snitch on you.
nah, I
I
feel
ain't gonna
like
snitch on you, but I'm not
Dion
gonna
might
go to
be
prison for your ass
Anthony
either.
Anderson in Transformers.
First of
Oh
all,
No,
my
niggas
god.
no,
always
my
get
mentality
caught.
is, look, I'm not gonna go to prison for you, but I'm not fucking. I'm just gonna act like I don't know your ass.
He's not okay. So if he's the getaway driver, y'all, he is not gonna be there if he got to stick in the car and act like nothing happened. He gonna be out. Get out.
Where's the getaway car? Oh my God, it's
Oh,
gone.
This nigga late again.
again, I'm not gonna snitch on you, but I'm not going to jail for you either.
But let's be honest, black people like niggas always getting caught when they be trying to rob a bank. So y'all just it's just a setup. Put my name
See,
on the
here's the
don't go
thing.
with you list.
But see, here's the thing about that. Niggas only get caught because niggas is not good with time. White folks can get away with it because they time every motherfucking thing. Black folks, we are
Yeah.
not good with time.
Hey,
White folks ain't getting away with it. Russians is getting away with it.
Hey man.
I always
That's
say
because
the best
Russians
way
don't
to
give a
get
fuck.
to
They
avoid
gonna
getting
knock over
caught doing some shit
they
you're
gonna
not
blow up
supposed
the
to do
armor
is to
truck,
not
call it
do
a
it.
day. The Russians gonna blow up the armor truck and call it a day.
I feel like
Everybody go in
Russians
this
are gonna
motherfucking
walk in
bank.
and walk out.
Not
What you
blow
Gonna
up
want?
the
catch these
armor truck.
motherfuckers hitting. Yeah, fuck it.
This like Fast and
The
the
Russian,
Furious now. Niggas just
man, the Russian mafia is a whole other.
Hey, fuck Fast and the Furious.
That was random.
Nah, cause
Which
Ray
one?
just bought that shit up.
Which
Cause Ray
one?
just bought that shit up.
Q, you
All
can't
the
say that.
last
You a family man. That's supposed to be your movie.
nigga, keep it short,
Family.
father.
You a family man. La
Family.
Hey,
familia.
father.
Mm.
Hey, father.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
My family, man.
You know what? If I'm
You
such a
should
family
run
man,
some you better hide the baby oil.
you know what?
Damn.
Stop.
Father, you're a family man too, so I would expect you to like Tyler Perry movies.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
All right, then. Shut the fuck
What's
up.
our
Don't
next topic of
disrespect this dude.
discussion? We're not doing this.
I can do
This is a
bad all
I
by
wasn't
myself.
this
gonna. I wasn't gonna bring.
this is a
Oh my
random
god.
question. Did we ever get past Jesse Smollett? Are we still on
No.
this same topic?
I all
Oh,
said no.
No,
I was
no.
gonna I was gonna
Justice.
say any less words before we
All right,
I
here's my
kind of
final.
got lost. So I didn't know which section we was on. I'm
Nah,
sorry,
see,
y'all.
here's we
Continue
just we
on.
me and Q, we just talk shit all the
Jesse
motherfucking time.
Smollett creates. Jesse Smollett creates. Yeah, everybody say Jesse Smollett creates a whole bunch of scenarios that make us go right back to his stupid ass. In all reality, that nigga's retarded. How you
And
fuck
a
an
Justice for
asshole
terrible
gonna get
Jesse
liar.
caught?
then.
And you're the worst gay hoe I've ever seen in my life. And I'm dying on that hill. Asshole.
Hurts me.
like who was gonna out gay ho? No, nah, Billy Porter wasn't a gay ho.
Oh
No,
shit.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Now, Billy Porter isn't a gay hoe. He's a connoisseur. He take his time
Yeah,
with
he's a
it.
yeah. You know what? I'm getting uncomfortable in this conversation. Can we go to the next subject, please? Thank you.
Shout out to Billy Porter. Shout out to Pray
all
T.
right. This goes out to all the people that have kids, specifically sons. Would you give your son a kitchen set if he
No,
wants to?
no,
Oh my God, he
No,
didn't even let to finish this.
no,
no.
no.
No, what's the
Why not?
question? What's the question?
It was like, would you give your son a kitchen set if he asked for one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he asks for one, yeah. But if it's no, I
So
feel
you
like
would.
I'd have
So
to
you
find
just
out
wouldn't
why.
give it.
So I
First of all, why
okay.
the fuck would I buy my son a kitchen set? For what?
why?
Because he
Because he
could be
needs
a
to learn how to
chef.
cook.
So then he could cook with me.
You don't
Right.
learn how
That's
to
a
cook in a fake kitchen.
Look,
I'm
look.
saying, what the hell
I
am I
had
gonna buy him a fake kitchen set for? The kitchen right there.
okay.
I'm making jollof. He can come and chop the onions and the tomatoes.
Are you
See,
going to
I
your
have
son
one
a
thing to
fake
say
bike and
about that.
expect him
Then
to
I'm out
ride
of this
one?
conversation.
Are you going
go
to give
ahead,
your son
Dion.
a fake bike and let him ride it?
Hold up.
Go ahead, Dion.
Okay. Cooking is a basic ass life skill that you should be able to do regardless of, whether you're a man, woman, or whatever the fuck.
You'd be
So
surprised how many people
why
don't though.
is this is true? And then shame on them. Shame on them. Like this is literally a basic ass life skill. So why why is this something that's being relegated to a gender role to such a degree?
I mean, do you know where
Is
you at?
Because it's a cooking set and it's normally for girls. So,
The
and the question is, um, if he asked for it, would you give it to them? I would say yes, but I will at
no,
first ask why.
because this actually plays on something that's kind of been bugging me for some time. You realize a lot of the shit that we talk about, oh, a woman is supposed to do this, that, and the third. Like, this is, again, like I just said, basic fucking life skills, cooking, cleaning, and shit like that.
But they're mostly meant for girls when they're in the toy form. That's why he asked that. Because we all
Okay,
know
well,
that. We know everybody
can I
needs to cook, but when it comes to toys for
can I be
kids,
real?
it's not usually included for boys. But
Can I
if my
be
son asked me that, I'd be like, okay, first off, why? If I see you have a passion for it, if you've seen like a cooking show
Maybe
on
little man
TV
is
and you
supposed
got
to be a
hooked,
chef in the future. Shit.
you know, then I'd say yes. Go ahead.
can I be
Let's see
honest?
where it goes.
Go ahead, Q. Be
I'm gonna be
honest.
honest. I'm gonna be honest. I know plenty of women who bought their
Who working at
daughters
a
kitchen
construction
sets
site?
and their kids still can't cook.
Hey, if that's the
I
case,
personally know how to cook. My father never bought me a kitchen set.
if that's the case, I'm gonna quote Mr. Miyagi. There's no such thing as bad student, only bad teacher.
I don't need to buy my son a kitchen set to teach him how to cook.
That's what I'm saying. That seems kind of pointless to me. You got a whole kitchen in your house. Why can't you just use that? Why you need a kitchen set? Like what?
That's it.
Do you?
What
Okay,
is
so
a kitchen set, a toy kitchen set going to teach my son how to cook?
Look,
How is
Dad,
that
I'm making. I know you're
going to
not,
teach?
nigga.
See,
So
you know
how
what's
old are we
funny?
You don't
talking
need a
here?
kitchen set to teach my. I
How
don't need a
old are
kitchen
we
set.
talking here?
I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna say 5.
Yeah, 5 years old, he could
No, you're not.
definitely help out.
Yeah, but
Put
not
a
all the
5 year
time you're
old in it.
home and when he's having his free time playing with his toys. I mean, you're not gonna be there all the time. Like those
I
kids
mean,
are
that's fine.
yeah,
But
so
when
but
I'm
I
guys,
will
cooking, yeah, but
that's
when I'm
not the
cooking
toy
and
won't
he's
take me away from teaching them.
yeah, but like if I'm in the kitchen and he in the kitchen, then there you go.
Yeah, I'll be like, put that down. Here's a real kitchen. Let's go.
Exactly. Go get a chair so you can stand on it, and you're gonna watch Daddy do this right here.
And then I'm gonna let you, lick the cookie dough off the little spoon. Just one little lick though.
That's
I'm
what it's
not trying to
supposed
get
to
him.
be. I don't.
Yeah.
But
I
then
don't
why?
you
understand
But
know,
then
why
you can
I
do
have.
this. You can do the same shit with little girls. Then fuck.
Okay. So what's the issue?
But we do. That's the difference.
Yeah, but
We
the little
do.
girls be having an easy bake oven, which that actually can bake some shit, and some of the cookies be coming out good.
you said-
Ray, how old
Oh,
are
my
listen.
you?
sister
The
made some bomb
reason
ass brownies out of that motherfucker
Yo,
when
you
she
never
had one of
had
them
easy
kids.
bake oven cookies? Them shits be bomb.
My older
the
cousin had an easy
reasoning
bake oven.
the reasoning, guys, for little boys, okay, to interchange with different toys and so on is that one, they have dramatic play. Do we know what dramatic play is
A
on
play
this
that's
panel
dramatic.
for kids?
Shut up,
What?
father.
Go sit in the
Let her
corner.
talk.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so we need
You know
to.
what's funny? I was going to say the same thing, Father. So thank you.
We here, Ray, but go ahead, Crystal.
We here. But go
Okay,
ahead, Crystal.
so
Go ahead, Crystal.
the only reason, okay, so I used to think just like you guys. I have a son myself, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to be like, do not put my kids in, do not put my son in no heels. Don't do this, don't do that. Anything that's female related, I want to stay far from. But I realized the more that I made it seem like it was taboo, the more he would go towards it. Like, why? How come the girls get to dress up this way and I don't? Or how come they get to go into the kitchen and make whatever they want and I don't? When he was 5 or younger. So with dramatic play, you cannot tell your son, don't do this and don't do that. And first of all, yes, we are going to bring our sons into the kitchen, show them how to cook and so on, but they're not building independence that way. Especially, we have to monitor kids that's 5 and younger, or even 8 and younger, in the kitchen 24/7. Where do they get their independence if we're right there? You know what I'm saying? So it's not so much a sexist thing, not that you guys are making it that way. It's dramatic play to build their confidence and not make things seem so taboo.
That makes sense.
It
I'm
may
I'm
it
gonna have
make
to call the government on that. I'm gonna have to say it's the
Oh,
government trying to push this
Oh,
false
come on!
You
Don't
know
agenda
don't
what?
don't
that
full of
Shut up,
Q.
Q.
that
hey,
don't
shout
even
out to
matter.
Full of
'Cause
Q.
ain't no
Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her
ain't
finish.
no
Let her finish.
ain't no kids thinking about, oh, if my son at 5 years, like, parents wasn't even thinking that, like, oh, if my son at 5 years old playing with an easy bake oven, he's gonna be gay. Like, when did this agenda start popping up for?
nah.
Like,
It started
kids
popping
playing.
up. It started
You
popping
know where I
up
think
It's
it
the
started?
in
government.
dramatic play in the preschools. I've had so many parents come to me and say, okay, well, I see this person dressed up like this. I don't want my son wearing that. But it's dramatic play. Like, what else is he supposed to do?
I think it is. It's just people being ignorant as fuck. Like, how the hell is your son playing with like an easy bake oven if that was the case in your household or whatever? How is that gonna make him gay? How is your son looking at high heels? How
And you
is that
still
gonna
don't know
make
how to cook.
exactly? So it's just people like people here. Like, not only do they take shit the wrong way, but they overdo it. It's like they over sensationalize shit that doesn't even come to the conclusion that they put in their stupid ass head in the first place. They always do that shit.
Because let's be honest, most of the highest paying chefs and stuff are mostly males. So clearly, males is cooking better than females in the industry of chef world. But half them ain't gay. There's a lot of straight men that's cooking, and it's a lot of women who just don't want to cook no more, and so they marrying men who like
You
to
know what?
cook.
You know what I'm gonna
So
say to that? That's a fucking Western thing.
That
Go to
is
Africa and a
Western.
woman and tell a woman she don't have to cook no more. They will fucking run you out the motherfucking continent.
The
Say that shit.
Caribbean.
what continent is that?
Africa. You tell somebody you not
Let
gonna
me
cook.
know let me know what continent. If a woman tell a
He
man she ain't
just
gonna cook, they
said.
gonna run him out.
He literally just said.
Man, you
Oh
know what?
shit.
But here's my thing,
Honestly,
right?
hey yo, I'm not gonna lie, male or female, I look at you weird if you don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
I
Yeah.
you. That's
Hell, my grandmother looked at me weird when she saw me bringing a can or a box to cook out of. She's like, "We don't cook out of boxes and cans in this house." Like, she
you
threw me
make
in the
from
kitchen at age
scratch.
7.
Well,
Your
grandma,
grandmother
I
came
That's
don't
from the
be
days when they
having
made shit from
time.
scratch.
your
I don't be
grandmother, a
having
real one.
time,
Shit.
grandma.
But
Your
see, that
grandmother
was
took the
like that
chicken and cut the
old
head off and then made it then.
in her Caribbean country.
in
Country,
I was
yeah,
about to.
island.
in
I was just
She
about to
did.
say. What is your ethnic from again, Crystal?
Oh shit.
in
Hello?
2021, this equal opportunity world, things have changed.
What is happening?
Who is that?
It sounds
Q, is
like a
Who's
that you?
outside?
snowblower.
Is it
Yeah,
me?
who's outside? What the fuck?
Nobody's outside.
Could have fucking fooled me.
Beyond.
Well, all I'm saying
Q,
is
Q.
this Western
Oh,
shit of yo, I'm not gonna cook. I'm not gonna like no, nigga, you gonna cook. Like, no. You just can't say you're not gonna cook. How you gonna eat?
Thank you.
Q, unmute yourself. Q, unmute yourself.
No, the females gonna eat. They gonna eat when they want to eat. They gonna make food when they want to make food. They paying bills too.
Okay.
They not cooking for guys no more. They cook for guys when they get married or when they trying to be a pick me. These new
I
I feel
don't.
generation
like
females
Yo,
is not the
Wait,
same.
I don't care if you cook for a man or cook for yourself. Can you cook, my nigga?
Look at
like
Donnie
That
Lay.
right. That's all I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. That's a basic ass life skill.
Like
like
if
I
you got
said.
somebody. Now, I just want to say real quick, if you got somebody that feels so entitled that, hey, yo, man, you gotta cook for me, I'm hungry and shit like that, and then that motherfucker don't know how to cook, don't cook anything for that motherfucker unless he learned how to cook it his motherfucking self.
Agreed.
Like, bruh,
Or
like I don't know why people make it so overcomplicated because we live in this society where women are traditionally the homemakers and shit, and now all of a sudden we live in a new time now. So if the woman not cooking, nobody eating. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
It's called
everybody
survival.
orders out.
The
Everybody orders
hell?
out.
Uber Eats, DoorDash.
I wish a
Motherfuckers are
motherfucker
lazy.
would. I will cook my fufu and soup myself.
My whole thing is I
brother,
just
I
don't think
cannot deal with y'all, man.
I don't think a fake kitchen is going to help with the development of my son being able to cook. So it really doesn't
I
matter.
you it might have some imagination for him. And so when he gets to a real kitchen, you really can't say that because what do you think? Like people who like have Legos, I feel like if they had Legos in their life, you always building shit, so you always keeping your mind at work. So I think
Dog,
even having a kitchen set, huh?
my son has Legos and he don't touch nothing. He
Mm.
wants to he wants to throw shit, shoot shit, write shit, fuck shit. He's a boy. Like, not saying that you're not a boy if you in the kitchen, but he his attention span is terrible. So he won't even
Put
sit
your
in the
son,
kitchen long.
put your
He
son
wouldn't
in
even
put your son in baseball if you like throwing.
He said, but
boy.
Q, you're absolutely right. It's not going to help him learn how to cook, especially from scratch. It's just dramatic play. But
I
again,
understand.
everybody raised their kids differently. You ain't got to do anything that, you don't. Everybody's different. It's not going to make or break your son.
I just
But
don't see what the hassle is about this. Like, everybody, like, it's like every week they come up with something else to
Yo,
create. Like this shit is annoying. Like, let kids be kids. Like, the internet is ruining lives. Like, it's ruining lives. It's ruining everything, and everybody seems to think because the internet says it, they have to abide by it or they have to consider it or anything like that. If you don't
you
want your
know what
son to
it
have
is?
a kitchen set,
Right.
don't give him a kitchen
Just leave it
set. But if
alone.
you,
Right.
but if it, but see me, the thing I have a son and a daughter. So if I buy my daughter a kitchen set, that my son is going to end up in there some way somehow because they play together.
Right.
But eventually, my daughter is going to be like, "Get the fuck out of my kitchen!" Like,
Just gonna go straight Gordon Ramsay on his ass, huh?
No,
yeah,
no, no.
like,
See, I'm the
it's
captain here.
bloody raw.
I'm the captain now.
yeah, like
Come here.
they already, like, they have their own personalities. They like to do stuff together, but after a while they're like, nah, I don't want to do that no more. So if it's like, personally, it doesn't matter to me. My son just likes to do crazy stuff. Like, I buy him a bunch of Nerf guns and scooters and bikes and stuff like that. But my daughter's weird. My daughter likes scooters, bikes, and stuff like that. But she still likes doll houses and dolls and babies and all this stuff. But she'll still play basketball or football with my son. It's weird. I don't really
So
care
she
personally.
got a little tomboy in her. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, I forced that on her. Don't feel bad. Like,
You know what? I can kind of relate because my little
You gonna
sister,
turn
like
I
this goddamn
commend the
into Janelle
honesty.
Lathan and loving basketball.
hey, I'm
my
sorry.
Nah,
That was my
don't
dream,
assault. Nah,
Ray.
hold on. Don't assault his daughter like that. Hold on. Don't assault his daughter like that.
First of all, Sanaa Lathan was a baller in the movie.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, but just for the sake of that being the dumbass movie that it was.
You just don't like. Oh my god! I would say you need a girlfriend, but you damn near married. So like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you.
Dion, you need a side chick. That's what you like. Like nah,
No, I don't.
like nah.
No, I
Nah,
don't.
no, you don't. We don't promote side chicks.
Oh yeah, black man don't cheat. Yeah, my
Yeah,
bad.
black
Black
men
man
don't
don't cheat.
cheat. But what we're going to do,
Well,
me, you, Father, and
Yo,
Ray, we're gonna
you
go
and
to
me,
the
we
strip
been through
club.
this.
We're gonna go to the strip club and we're gonna get you some wings.
You don't like. I was
We
about
ain't
to
looking
say you
at
don't like strip clubs. You don't like
Oh
strip clubs.
we
no.
ain't, we ain't looking at no thighs. We just getting the wings
I'm going to be looking at thighs and
while eating wings.
eat wings.
So,
But
so Q, do you? I'm
yes,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you good, you good.
All right. So, do you
No,
feel
no, no,
like
no,
they
no, no,
take
no.
the positive attributes that they would have that's typically looked upon like the opposite sex would have, such as the kitchen, and make it something with gay tendencies to push it on little boys? Like, do you feel like it's an underhanded way that they're taking the positive attributes that they have for certain toys and doing that? That's why you're like so against it, or you just don't want to deal with
I'm
that at all?
but I'm not. The thing is, I am not against it. I just understand how kids work.
Mm-hmm.
If first of all, we live in a society where a fucking toy kitchen is not even like, what kid do you know wants that shit? First of all, I don't hear kids talking about shit like that anymore.
Okay, yeah, hold on. I'm not gonna lie to you. Someone randomly gave my niece a kitchen set. She kept playing on it, so she kept giving me fake food, and I had to fake
Mm-hmm.
eat it. So that's
But that's
I'm
but shout
go
out to
ahead.
you, Ray. But shout out to you, Ray. Even if it was fake, you wanted to eat that shit for real. The point is, it doesn't
I
really.
wanted to tell her the egg was dry, but you know I can't hurt little girls' feelings.
No.
But
You are disrespectful.
So the
look,
star
look,
rating was a
look,
what?
the eggs are running. The eggs are running.
But I feel like in today's society, it
Right.
really doesn't matter. It's the fact that they're making it a point, and it doesn't need to be. When I was in kindergarten, my teacher had a kitchen set that was in the classroom, and we were excited to play in the kitchen on the kitchen set in the classroom. But after a while, you either liked that or you didn't like it, and it was just your choice. If my son woke up and was like, "Dad, I want a kitchen set," okay, cool,
but
that's fine.
you know what?
Okay, cool. But if it was my choice, like even this Christmas, I'm buying him a fucking Nintendo Switch. Why? Because he asked for it. Like I didn't. I asked for everything that I had. Not saying that my kids got to ask for it, but when specific things that I wanted, I literally like asked for. These kids don't even make Christmas lists anymore. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so yeah, that's perfectly fine, and you don't need me to tell you it's perfectly fine. So you basically raise your kids based off in a child-centered environment. Basically, you look at what they want and support them on what they need. You don't push any toys or any anything that they don't want on it. You don't introduce anything unless they bring it
No,
to you first.
nah, I did it in the beginning, like around 2 or 3 years old, just to get a feel for what type of kid I was gonna have.
Right.
And like, I bought my daughter this fucking this playhouse doll set that I had to put together, and it took like 2 hours to do it because I had to screw in everything. Like, it was like this thing was like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And she played on it for a while, but eventually she is destructive, just like my son is, and it was destroyed. So
Yeah, I
I
had to
just
learn the hard way.
I understood that
That's not
Right.
a
one,
boy
like,
or a girl thing. That's a children
it's a
thing.
kid thing. That's why I'm like, it's a
Right.
kid thing. I don't like my kid's attention span. A child's attention span isn't like
Right? Kids
nothing.
are
Like
reckless.
it's It's
It's
terrible.
short. It's
Yeah, it's
short.
very short. It's terrible. So I could easily buy my daughter a bunch of doll babies and stuff like that. And even with my son, when they're together, like they'll some way somehow incorporate both of their toys together. Like I get my son a bunch of like wrestling men or any type of Ninja Turtle or anything like that. I get it for him, and then my daughter asks for Barbies and stuff like that. I make sure I get black Barbies. Don't get me wrong, but she asks for all type of Barbies, and then all of a sudden you'll see them incorporating everything together like it's a Nickelodeon special. But then all of a sudden somebody gets irritated because Donatello can't sit in the front seat with Barbie
Wow.
and and and
Sorry.
and Donatello can't drive Barbie's car because he
Yep.
can't fit in the front seat. So now my son is like, forget your Barbie. I'm gonna go put Donatello on a bike, on a motorcycle that daddy bought me, and you could drive your pissy ass car down the street anyway. Like they're like this
Sounds about
anyway.
right. Yeah.
Like it's
Honestly.
this is how my kids are like this. So it's
Oh
like
shit!
it
And
would
it's the
like to me.
funniest shit in the world.
Hey, I love it. I one thing I don't do, I do not break up their fights or arguments. I never do. I
That
don't
shit
I
is
don't
Let
jump
them
in
funny.
it.
figure
I don't
it.
jump
I
in
like
it.
that. Let them
I
figure it
don't
out.
pick
I like that.
yeah,
I
I don't
like
jump
that.
in it. I don't pick sides. The only
I
thing I
like that.
say, if you get hit and they hit you back, don't call me because I'm gonna whoop both of y'all ass for even doing it. Other than that, hey, figure it out. Look, you don't want him in your car. Hey, Kalik, you gonna have to figure it out, brother. Donatello might gotta walk down the street. Sometimes you gotta do what it do. And then Haley, I'm like, well, Haley, one of your
Uh,
wheels fell off your car. Don't ask your brother to fix it because you told your brother that he couldn't put Donatello in your car. So now y'all got to figure this out on your own. Somebody got to give in, and they usually do. And then by like an hour after that, the toys are in the middle of the floor. They're not even playing with them, and they're back on phones and tablets any fucking way. So it's no fucking point for real.
But you wanna know the
Oh, this is
crazy
just
thing though
hilarious.
with this whole kitchen set thing? The argument is only within the black community. You don't really
Exactly.
see the whole like every other race having an issue with their kids playing in the kitchen set.
Okay,
It's only like the mentality of the black parent that
my
they
bad.
just somebody triggers them with one little comment that doesn't even like pertains to you, because if you don't care about your kid, if you say your kid's not going to play with kitchen set, that's okay, your kid's not going to play with kitchen set. But somebody else kids they might be willing to let their kid play, their little black son play with kitchen set because they want their son to be able to like understand how to cook, understand the process of cooking and stuff in a safe environment. But they're
Shit,
gonna
my
get triggered by somebody saying, "Oh, that's your son's gonna turn out gay." Why would he?
that's because
So we
most of them niggas
automatic like,
miserable.
mm-hmm. It's
Mo-
only in the black community. It's always something.
Yeah, we
I
just got a
think
whole
it's,
miserable Negroes. That's all.
but I think it's also because of the statistics that's in the. What the hell? I'm sorry.
I'm about to say,
I
is that
think it's.
Tom and Jerry fighting?
stop, stop, stop! Oh my god!
Ooh.
I'm
I'm
done.
Oh
trying.
shit!
It's the sound
Oh
effect.
shit! Oh shit!
Ray, you a genius.
Oh god.
Hey Ray,
That sound
hey
effect had me dead.
Ray,
Oh shit!
Ray, Ray is like Shaq and Kobe. I'm gonna just throw the alley. You just do what you do. Like,
Hey man, we do it. We do it.
oh shit! I'm sorry, Crystal. Finish what you were saying. It was just perfect. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. All right. So I was just saying that I think the reason why it's such a big deal in the black community is because of the way that we look at um, gay couples or lesbian couples, and the fact that statistically, supposedly, the black man is not really in the home when it comes to raising sons. So I think it's that fair too. I just think it's a deeper reason why we're just big. Well, not we, but most people when they have this conversation, it's it's not even a debate. It's a no. That's it. They're not looking at the reasoning why we're saying no, or most people are saying no. And I have a good inkling that it's because of that. those reasonings that I had listed previously.
I also
Put it
want to
this
add
way.
on. So
Oh,
I
okay.
also want to add on to what you were saying, Crystal. Everything here is fucking stigmatized too. You could see like somebody doing their own thing, and if you don't agree with it, it's your American right to say whatever the fuck you want about it, and nobody can tell you otherwise because god damn it, my freedom. So a lot of shit gets stigmatized around here. And
Hello.
the sad part, no, the sad part is in the black community, it's just
Hmm.
like most of the time, it's just niggas not knowing any better. It's not even because oh they really feel like that. They
Hmm.
legitimately don't know any better, and it may sound like it's an excuse because like we in 2021 now, like you could research
Yeah.
things. Things that people are doing so many things
Google.
different than what you are. Like it's a vast world out here. But when you grow up in an echo chamber, you may not know like how to rationalize that outside of your own reality because you've always done things a certain way or somebody taught you that this is how you do it and anyone else who's doing it is wrong. And a lot of people don't grow out of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stigmatized, and at the same time a lot of people don't really take the initiative to unlearn the stupid shit that they got brought up on.
Yeah, because
You
people.
right, because
To add to what you just said, Father, my son don't have like a full blown like the kitchen set that's like takes up half your fucking wall and shit. But he likes Play-Doh. He has the Play-Doh sets or whatever that all the molds are food and shit.
God bless you.
So
I
but like
I
so
would buy
like
that for
bitch,
my son, but I'm
I hate
afraid that
Play-Doh.
shit gonna be under
It's
his. That
Play-Doh.
shit gonna
I
be
hate
under the
Play. It's
bed.
hard to get out of carpet.
That
Play-Doh
shit
is
gonna be
first
under the
stupid.
bed.
first of all, all the shit is at my mom's house for him to play with there.
Oh yeah, you smart. You smart as
Yeah,
shit.
you smart. All right.
You smart as shit.
And second,
Dion, shout out to
let
you,
me finish.
Dion, for real.
Let me finish. Let me finish. And second,
like
as far as the reasoning for him having the shit, my son literally said himself was on fat greedy ass. I like food. That's it. It ain't got to be about homosexuality all the time. My son wanted to play those shit that looks like food because the little nigga likes to eat. God damn.
Nigga, that's gay. No, I'm playing.
like what
But
father was
but
saying was also true because like if you think about it, a lot of the people who have the most people who have the most issues with it are probably like living in like project areas or like places that's
Hmm.
like low income. And imagine if somebody from that area walks into your house and see your son doing that. Next, your son gonna be talked about around the block,
Right.
and they're gonna.
Hmm.
So it would just
oh
make
shit, I
them like
fight. I
they're
fight.
so
Right.
used to like the mix around them that they just don't like
Oh,
see
y'all
any
already know I'm
different.
temperamental. Give me your don't give me a reason. Don't involve my son in some bullshit. I'm already temperamental.
Oh, I fight, and then I bring my son outside and let him watch me whoop your ass for talking shit about him, and then explain to him, hey, when you get a certain age, they gonna fuck with you. You gotta slap the shit out the one who talked the most. I don't put violence in my son's head, but I do give him the freedom to speak for himself, to defend himself, to have an opinion. But that's all it is an opinion. I gotta
All I
remind him
know,
that.
I'm
all I know is
I'm
my
gonna tell my
children.
son what I used to do if I had an issue with a motherfucker, especially if it was a group of niggas.
But you know what, material? You actually brought up a good scenario because once in the hood you get that label of being a gay black boy, you are bound to get jumped, bullied. I mean, I dressed up gothic in high school and I almost had to fight every fucking day. What you think about
Yeah,
a boy
Exactly.
that's okay dressing in the color pink or purple? Mind you, he's straight as an arrow, but because in the hood, they're so scared of being gay, yet you wear your pants halfway around your ass, which symbolizes, hey, I'm ready for you. You know what that
Say
means.
that one more time, girl. Say that one more time.
For the
So
ones who don't know the
I was
history,
wondering maybe gonna make
I'm just
you
mad
Make
that she
me
said. I'm mad she
nowadays.
said I'm ready for you.
Yes,
but
I'm
that's what that
ready.
is. That shit started in prison for the motherfuckers
But
listeners who don't know the
Dion,
history.
fuck your
Dion,
gay
Dion,
clothing. That
I
only thing it says.
know, Dion, I know what it means. It was
I
just
know,
how
but
she said, "I'm ready."
It seems
I,
like you
I repeat for the
ready
ones who might hear
Like
this
she
who don't
was,
know their history, who don't know where that shit started.
like she was SpongeBob. No,
Damn it!
no
Q,
pun
Q.
intended.
What state you
I'm,
at again?
As
Like,
much as I hate
what state?
SpongeBob, I had no choice
What
but to laugh at that.
All
I
I
will
know
not
is
disclose. I will not disclose that information, Crystal.
What's your IP address? That's all I want to know.
You- I'm just saying. I don't need you trying to find me to take me out. Okay.
I would never do that. I'm about spirituality and light and love. So yeah.
What? Says the girl who wants to stab everybody every chance she get.
First of
hey,
all, I've changed my ways. You ain't gotta bring up my past.
yeah, that's
Your
God
past,
bless you,
Yo,
Crystal,
Q,
man. Come on.
she gonna bless your lights out. Keep playing
I'm
with you.
saying.
your past can't be 2 weeks ago. Get the fuck out of here. But the point is, because she
That
wanted to
If
old
it
man
see.
ain't right
deserves
now, it's
it.
the
I'm
past. Fuck
sorry.
it. If it ain't happening right now, it's the past. Leave that shit alone.
But nah, no bullshit. Even me, if you know me, you know I'm a real sports head. You know I love sports to the core, hands down. I could easily force my kids to play a sport, especially my son. But I'm not. I will not force him to do anything. Why? Because my father tried to do the same thing to me. And you know what I ended up doing? Enrolling into the Art Institute of Washington.
Oh man.
I'm just saying. I had a mean jump shot. Crossover was nasty. I played wide receiver, could catch anything you throw at me. You know, I was really athletic. I was consistent. I was a baller. But I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit when I got older. I wanted to be behind the camera filming shit like that. I didn't want to be a part of that shit. That shit takes a lot. And then there's a small fucking margin of your child even being that. So if your kid isn't willing to be dedicated and you're not willing to be dedicated, like I'm not about to put my kid in no situation like that because of my failed dreams back in the day. Like fuck no. Like with anything, my son want to be a chef. Hey, look, that's less money I got to spend because now your bitch has to come cook for me
Without the fucking set. Real kitchen.
without the motherfucking set. Go on, make that bullshit you do with the flame and shit. Go ahead, light that flame up for your goddamn mama over there.
You talking about hibachi grill style?
Whatever the fuck it is, the creme brulee, the creme brulee, whatever the shit is, whatever that shit is, go ahead and make it. Make your mama happy. Get the hell out of my face.
Kofi,
Shit.
the meat is defrosting in the freezer. So make sure you
Like
take it out and you prepare my soup for me the way I like it. If you make it
fuck
too
that.
spicy,
My
I come out your face.
my son wake up and say I want to be. If my son wake up tomorrow and say I want to be a boxer, boy, I'm gonna turn into Roger Mayweather.
Shit.
Nigga, I'm gonna
I'm
turn
had
into
it.
fucking Piccolo. Dodge!
If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a fist.
Think fast.
Bow. Just oh yeah, that'll be the day I buy some sock and boppers and beat that boy ass
Oh
until
my
beat that boy
god.
ass
Oh,
until he
No,
not
turns.
them
No,
soccer
no,
no,
boppers.
no,
no, no,
no.
no. Leave them
Because I feel
leave them
like you
sock
just
and
torture
boppers
your
alone.
kid. I feel
After
like
the
you just
conversation we
torture
had
your
last week,
kid the
we going
whole
back to the
time.
soccer buses.
Kid just walking down the hallway. I can see Q just out of nowhere, just bop,
Bow. Ray, you
just
know me too
better be on
well.
your guard. Better be on, and then
Keep
just run away like he Batman. Just bop.
keep your hands up. But my daughter is already violent. My daughter punches me. And she got a nice little oomph behind her punch. I be having to look at her like, hey, I will headbutt the shit out you.
Shit.
Didn't you
You
just
might
mention soccer boppers?
yeah.
Shit. My son
My,
like the scrap. I'm about to put him in a boxing class. Shit.
my daughter like she's violent. Like they'll jump me. They'll jump me together. And like my son will like try to hold me down. And then while he's holding me down, my daughter's doing all type of just ridiculous shit to my face. Like she might punch me, pinch me on my cheek, pull my ear. Like she do poke me in the eye. Like she is violent as fuck. I'm
Yeah,
thinking about Like I'm thinking about like calling Vince McMahon and just letting him know, look, I got
Oh,
one
she
for
gonna
you.
be a she gonna be another wrestler.
Nah, I ain't got time for it because the moment they fuck her over,
You
We have
just
now learned that Q's daughter has been released from the WWE. We wish her
boy,
we wish you well on the future endeavors.
oh man, oh it's gonna be me and Vince fighting.
Hey, Triple H is first.
Yeah,
Triple H got
yeah.
to have
Triple
this.
H definitely got to run that thing.
Oh yeah, he definitely gotta run the fade. We fighting for a contract.
Like, how the fuck do you release Keith Lee? He's Keith Lee.
You still mad about that shit?
I am. Shut up. What's the next topic, Ray? I'm tired.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Side
bring
note,
that up.
Yo,
side note. I hope Jeff Hardy goes to AEW, but
he better.
If he go to AEW, I'm watching nothing but AEW. Fuck the WWE.
I need him in AEW for two reasons.
We
Okay.
waiting. I'm about to say we
first of
waiting
all,
like shit.
Like the
hold on,
fuck?
hold on. What? Hold on.
No,
What are
I
the
was eating
two
something. My
reasons,
bad.
Dion?
No, I
What are
was
the
eating
two
something. My
reasons?
bad. I was eating something. My bad. But first of all, I
This
just want to
nigga
see
eat.
team back up with his brother again. And second, that match he was supposed to have with Sting when there was Science and Impact that never fucking happened because he was high off his ass. I need them to
Nigga,
run that
Sting
back.
is like 80 years old. You really want to match
I
with
don't
Jeff
give a
Hardy and
fuck.
Sting?
I don't give a
Father,
fuck. Run that
I
back.
do not want to hear that shit after all the shit you were sitting there talking about Undertaker and Goldberg, and you want Sting to wrestle Jeff Hardy? You an
father,
asshole.
father.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before he said anything about Jeff Hardy?
What the?
We told you not to talk about wrestling no more. Like this has been going on for too long.
Oh yeah, shitty opinions, Dion.
You want to say
Man,
what? 40 plus year old Jeff
it,
Hardy and 60 plus year old Sting in a wrestling match.
they've both shown that they're still fucking capable, man. Come on.
You know what? You know what? Fine. I'm gonna let you have that. But if you don't end up liking the match, I'm gonna hate you forever.
I just don't.
Hey,
Hey, listen.
hey,
I will be
get your hate
satisfied
out.
as long as what happened when they were supposed to wrestle the first time don't fucking happen. As long
Hey,
as that don't happen, I'm happy.
Father, I'm gonna go ahead and start it off for you. Hey, 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 hey.
My God.
Because I'm a shoe in for player hater of the year. Lord have
Look,
mercy.
About this
That
quote,
man.
it's made out of your mom's pubic hair. Uh,
he said, oh man, I don't even want to say. He said Rosie O'Donnell wear underwear with dick holes in them.
Yo,
Oh shit, that was the greatest shit ever.
hey, father, did you ever watch that video I sent you earlier today?
nah, that shit was long as fuck. I just got home.
I told you it was lengthy. Q, did you watch it?
Who?
Can you summarize it?
Did I watch what?
The video I sent you earlier.
Oh, I watched part of it.
Uh,
I watched part of it. You gotta you talking about the video you did, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah. I watched part of it. But you kept sending shit. I still gotta listen to this man music that you sent me and everything. But you was getting there. You was getting to You was hitting some notes.
Okay. Okay. To sum it up, because the video is lengthy. I was basically saying because I've been seeing these videos on TikTok. I think y'all seen them. It's like they be having a girls and talking about if a thighs don't something they have a rounds for it and all that stuff. If she got a gut, I need to know what's up or some shit like that. And I was like, um, everybody talking about liking big girls, but what type of big girls you preferring? Because there's always different types of big girls out there, and it's just like they'll say they like this type of big girl, but not like someone like a. I use Lizzo as an example, and I use Monique. I use samples like Lizzo, Monique, Jill Scott, Queen Latifah, and Takara, because there was like different types of big people that was considered BBWs, and it's like what type of BBW. I'm using quotation my men would go for or some shit like that. That was
Huh.
basically
Hey,
it.
hey, can I? When, the fact that you said Takar, isn't it weird that Takar looks just like fucking Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah, they do.
All right, Ray.
Don't
So
they know each other?
Mm,
Probably. I don't know. The
I
entertainment
think
business is small.
probably body shape, but face
See,
not
here's what I've
really.
always said: there's you can be big. It's when you big and ugly that it's a problem.
Oh my god,
that
Dion.
is so shallow.
Oh my god, Dion. We're gonna lose viewers fucking with you.
These big and
Okay.
uglies ain't having
The women.
problems getting
Okay.
these
Also,
men.
I just want to say, I just want to say, the women I put up as example, I do think they are attractive women. Even Lizzo,
Right.
I
I
said
never
she
said
do
they
some
weren't.
goofy
All I
shit.
Yeah,
said,
I agree. I agree.
I say even though she do some goofy shit, and I don't really see niggas like being with her because she do too fucking much. I said she is an attractive woman. But
She
I
is.
just don't see niggas claiming her like that, even with her being attractive.
Well, what I want to say to that is, so when it comes to like bigger women, I feel like I feel like it depends on the confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be like, for example, Jill Scott has always been like on the bigger side, but not like BBW, but she's always like been on the bigger side, and she is sexy as a motherfucker. I'm pretty sure everybody in here can agree.
and
Like
that's
her
all
Amen.
sex
because of the way she
appeal
carries
I
herself.
agree.
is
Amen.
like up there, right? But
I
then
got
you'll
I
go
got
ahead.
too much respect for Jill Scott to call her sexy.
She's beautiful. Okay,
Y-
she's a very beautiful woman, very beautiful, voluptuous woman. But
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to that, it just depends on the way you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like Lizzo, she has her moments. Like one day she'll have that confidence, and you see it in the way she dresses and in the way she carries herself. And then other times she carry herself like a big ass bucket of mayonnaise, and it's just like, girl, like calm down. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like it depends on the way you carry yourself, and also like you also have to understand this world. Like it depends on where you at. There's gonna be certain places where like the bigger women are gonna get all the motherfucking praise. Like there's a lot of places like that. But like over here, yeah, good luck, bro. Good
I
luck.
think a lot of these so-called big girls or BBWs, whatever label they want to put on it, or whatever the case they want to add on to it, like they be creating these self-attacks from nowhere. Like Lizzo be acting like she always being attacked. Even Chloe gets attacked for being extra sexualized. People just don't want to be seeing all of that, regardless if you extra skinny or you extra big.
But the
Don't
thing
nobody
about
want to
Lizzo,
see
and that
all of
goes,
that.
the thing about Lizzo, and it goes back to what Fatica said. She sets herself up for the shit.
I wouldn't say she sets herself up, but I will say this: the expectations of the environment around you will seep into your unconscious mind, and it will fuck you up. And a lot of people suffer from that because unconsciously when you young and you watching music videos and you see all the pretty women have a certain body shape, all the women that people consider super attractive, they probably like a size 3 or like a size 2. You know what I'm saying? They're this tall. They have this type of body shape. Like that fucks with you. So
Dion,
I
mute
don't think
yourself. I
it comes
can't
from
hear him.
nowhere.
I'm not doing anything.
Oh, who the hell is that?
But I'm just saying it's not coming from nowhere. It's like an unconscious thing because we live in a very fickle ass society where like I said before, you go to Instagram, you see all these beautiful ass women, and all of them aren't big women. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have, I mean, they could be thick or they could have like a certain type of body shape, but they won't be like, that BBW type thing unless you actively go and search for that. Because as you know, it's fetishized. It's more of a fetish instead of like an ideal body type or like a standard of beauty. It's more like a fetish.
True.
Do
Me
you
personally,
think
I
we
like.
all like fetish? Do you think we all fetishize a body type specifically? Because I
Hell
think
yeah.
everybody has an ideal woman, but is this like something you think, just like not even like on purpose, but we just see something, we just fetishize shit?
Hell yeah.
All right, Lennox.
Well, we all got our preference of what we think is attractive. And regardless if people say whatever people want to believe, everyone has like a visual of exactly what they want their partner to look like. It might not be what you get, but everyone has a preference of what they want their partner to look like.
Yeah. And it's okay to have a preference, but like if you actively going out saying shit like, oh man, you ugly because you not this particular size or you don't look this particular way, that's the issue. You can't just project that type of shit on people because, like I said before, genetics is a rigged game, and usually the people who be saying shit like that to other women be chopped as hell anyway.
But if somebody always make posts that say they want this type, they want you to have like a out of control body shape, body look, like you look like you getting jobs done. And then you go try to talk to the person after you know the type they want, and then they tell you that you don't look like what they want. You can't be upset about it.
I mean, they're gonna try anyway.
You already know what they like. So why would you even go conversate with that person knowing they're gonna embarrass you?
And we're still on the topic of big girls, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying, and with that, like, I don't even really have an explanation for that. I just think people are entitled. I think there's certain people that feel like, oh, I can bag that, or like, or I'm worthy to get this because just because. I don't really even feel like they do that shit just because they actually feel like they got a chance, but they're gonna try it regardless. I don't know what type of confidence that they got, but that's something I leave up to the Lord,
Okay.
Some
Well,
people don't
everybody.
even date skinny people.
which is also
Wait,
true.
what?
Some people will not date skinny people. Like they just don't find them attractive. People like some people physically go out looking for big people.
Mhm.
That is true.
More
I've
so,
seen I've
yeah.
seen that.
It's a. I
Go
That's
mean,
ahead,
not
Crystal.
me.
me
I'm not
personally,
sitting there looking for certain people like running around here being like, oh, well, this is what you look like. I don't want. I be like, y'all look crazy when I see people who go for like rant like crazy, like they have these crazy thought or idol of exactly what they want. Nah,
Mhm.
y'all just trying to create monsters. That's what y'all trying to create.
Well,
I
I've
want.
noticed in my young. I'm sorry, Q.
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I've
ahead. Go ahead. Go
noticed.
ahead.
I noticed in my dating experience, anytime I would try to look for a guy that I thought matched me, I would always find them either getting with a bigger boned girl with less confidence, or or a girl that's, in my opinion, ugly and big boned on top of that. So it just depends on the kind of person we're dealing with. And a lot of people like their ego stroked. Sometimes it has nothing to do with their ego. They just like big girls. But I find a lot of the times that guys, not all guys, most of the time go for the bigger girls, whether they're
Say that again,
sloppy
girl. Say that again.
or dressed neatly. They just go for the bigger girls. And most of the time, I did an experiment and I decided to stick with one ex to find out, okay, well, he cheated on me with a bigger girl. What was the reason? Come to find out, she's falling apart mentally. She'll cater to him. She'll run to him anytime she needs. And not all big girls are like that. I've met
They
big
are.
girls in my life that are confident. They of
Damn.
course they got the car, they got the house. They are the type of people that don't need a man, but they're loving and submissive to their man. So it just depends. But I've noticed just from my own experience, a lot of the men that I thought were kings would always go for a bigger girl with insecurity problems.
I look at it like me personally. I don't. I just want somebody I could bring around my family who's respectful, who's, caring. It doesn't really matter like what you. Well, it kind of does, but it really doesn't. It's more so how you carry yourself. Big, skinny, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's more about how you carry yourself in society. Like I know skinny girls who carry themselves like sluts, and big women who carry themselves like grown women. It's just I don't know.
Some
It's a
big girls
mental
carry themselves like sluts too.
exactly. So it really doesn't. It sometimes it really doesn't matter. It's just about who matches your mental capacity, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
that makes sense.
Me personally, I don't have a. I've dated all types, so I can't say that I have a certain preference or anything like that. So I dated
Is
skinny
there a
girls. I
is there a
dated.
common? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You guys the question.
I'm tired of cutting y'all off, man. I'm sorry. Is there a common denominator when it comes to big girls? Like, what do you guys on this panel see a lot from your own personal experience or from your friends' experience when they're dating big girls or you're interacting with a big woman?
I just want to preface this by saying that my experience is going to be totally different because
Oh
uh,
yeah.
I come from a culture that actually like values bigger women.
In
Like,
Africa, right?
yeah, like they actually
Yeah.
value that shit.
I might have to
See, I
look
didn't
into
want to be
that.
the one to say it.
But Tyrell know what I'm
Like, don't get me
saying.
wrong. Like we have our slimmer women and shit
Well,
like that. But like, there's more appreciation for like women with like size on them. Like, there's an appreciation for that.
I watch.
Personally,
Well,
they are. Um, I wouldn't. They're more. They're slightly more caring. Uh, they're easier to talk to. It's. I don't know. Some men have a problem with their women being a hot commodity. I guess some men don't have the self-esteem to deal with a woman that looks better than them.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You
say
you
that
get
again,
what
Q. Say it
like
again.
some
I would
men
hope my
can't.
girl look better than me.
I'm about to
Oh,
say like not even saying no. I'm not saying that like there are levels.
Is it the
Like
attention thing?
yeah, it is. Some men can't
Yeah,
deal with certain attention that their women are getting, so they would prefer to deal with somebody who doesn't get that attention more so it
And
doesn't bother them, so they feel like they're in control. But if
and
you're
that's
dating a woman, if you're dating a woman who gets hollered at every time she steps out on outside or every time she goes somewhere without you or anything like that, some men don't have the confidence. It eats them the fuck alive.
yeah,
They're like, I can't deal with this shit. You got it.
that I agree with. That I
yeah.
You
agree with.
got
Them
like
the type of niggas to tell their women, oh, you can't wear this. Oh, don't wear that shit.
mhm.
Like that's
man, I'm
Shit.
ignorant as
which
fuck. I'm ignorant as shit. Hey, wear that shit so when you walk with me,
I
I could
wish my
look, I
woman
could
was that sexier.
I could look, I could look at all these niggas when they look at you. Like I like to be the one when a nigga looking at my girl and I could look at them and be like, yeah, nigga, aha.
This mine,
Fuck is
right?
you
Like,
talking about?
I
Aha,
wish my
bitch.
girl was just a
you
little
know,
sexier. Just, like
Like
that. Like, that's my boo. I want to show her the fuck off. Like,
when
the
it when
fuck?
it comes to when it comes to society and women, I'm a bully. Ray tell you that. I am a complete bully when it comes to any woman I deal with that's with me. Like I can care less. Ray, you've seen me. Like my woman can be on the other side of the fucking moon. I'm not worried. I'm not worried because one, I'm a good ass dude. Two, I'm a very charismatic person, and three, it's like if you don't want to, if you decide to deal with somebody else outside of me, you better hope he's as nice as me. You better hope your mom loves him the way she loved me. And you better hope he respects you the way I respected you because most likely you're going to be downgrading leaving me. So,
I'm
like,
saying. I'm that
Oh,
nigga.
yes.
The fuck?
So I
Oh
don't. So
yes.
my confidence, my confidence doesn't come from my confidence comes from how I was raised and how I treat women more than how I perceive like how my image or whatever it is. Like I don't have a bad resume when it comes to women. I have like he has fucking trust issues. He's too isolated. He has his moments when he don't want to be bothered. Like that's me. I
Hey,
have
you
those
said trust
moments.
issues?
Yeah, I have bad trust issues because my mom did that
He's
shit to me.
territorial. He's
Yeah,
territorial.
I'm very territorial, but it's not in a way where I feel some type of way if a guy is talking to my girl. Like I don't care. But if you're getting too comfortable and too personal, I'm disrespectful. I will walk up to my girl, lick the side of her
Okay.
face, and walk the fuck away, just to show you that's
Damn.
mine. Just to
What
show
the
you that's
fuck?
mine.
That
It's
just
to
got
show
Marking
you.
your
real.
territory.
It's marking and not in a disrespectful way, but
I know.
it's to show him and remind her like, hey, you belong to me. Side of the face lick, and I walk away like it ain't nothing. It's some women. If a woman sees her man talking to a girl a little too often, she'll do some shit like, babe, can you go do this for me? I
Oh my
randomly
god.
because she just feel like she gotta insert herself in certain
No, because
situations,
she
or
insecure.
no, it's
She's
not even that.
insecure.
It's not even that.
No.
It's about knowing people. I know if I trust my woman, but I don't trust niggas. Niggas need to know personally, hey, this is mine. Now, if you decide to take that step further, even after I show you this is mine, then I gotta show you. Like I gotta put my hands on you. It's like now you just blatantly being disrespectful to me. Not just my
Yeah.
girl, just me now. Now it's me because I've clearly showed you that she belongs to me. So now you just like fuck him. I still nah, nigga. You gotta get it. So I don't look at it like
Facts.
I think men need to grow the fuck up, get some hair on their balls, and understand that these women fine as shit. They're, you're going to run into a bad one that in your life eventually. You got to be strong minded and understanding that she's a 10, you're a 7. It's okay. It's cool. Cause half of the niggas who think they're 10s are like 4s because they have shitty personalities. They have they have shitty qualities. They don't carry themselves like they're men. They carry themselves like they little ass niggas. And
I mean, shit.
like you gotta have confidence in yourself to know like, yeah, I'm the shit. So she leave me, she's stupid. Just like women do. Women get to a point where they just like, fuck this nigga. I can get whoever I want. So that's how I feel like why men gravitate to bigger women is to help their confidence and
Right. Not
like
even necessarily a bigger girl, just someone who ain't got that self esteem and that confidence behind them.
me personally, I need somebody with that because like look, hey, I ain't you know what I'm saying I ain't Jesus, but damn, I'm fine. I look good. I don't look great. I look good.
I'm
I want
I'm
I
trying to
want somebody
figure
who
out
look
how did
better.
this reference come about? I'm not Jesus, but like
Like, because Jesus is
I
perfect.
ain't never heard
I'm just
I ain't
saying.
never
Right.
heard somebody
Because
use that as a reference.
because I'm just saying Jesus is perfect. I ain't perfect, but hey, I'm somebody.
You
Right.
something for real. You
Like,
something.
I mean, me personally, I'm scale of 1 to 10. Me personally, I'm a solid 8. But
what inches, nigga? My bad. I'm sorry. I'm so
Shut up.
fucking
Shut
sorry.
the fuck
I'm
up.
so
You.
fucking
see,
sorry.
there's something I could have said to that,
You
but
on a timeout,
I'm
Q.
gonna, I'm gonna just no.
Q, if
There's,
you don't
Wait,
behave, I'm gonna
we
get
was
Bristol government on you.
You know
You know
what?
what?
we
I had a response to that Q,
You might as well
to
just
which
give
I'm
her
gonna
my
just say
address
is
then.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
I already got it.
you know
It's
what's
okay.
so you know what's so
She,
crazy? Like when I was younger, like high school ish, leaving high school ish, I used to assume like any guy who dated a big girl is because she was insecure and they could get away with a lot of stuff.
Mm.
Because there was a lot of pretty big girls, but I felt like the pretty big girl, even though they was pretty in the face, they was doing a lot of things, to keep these men. That
Mhm.
pretty girls just that was really small and athletic builds, you know just body on point. They wasn't giving them that much time. They was still doing some things, but they wasn't doing it like them big girls was doing it. And then I got older and realized some of these big girls is super duper confident.
Mhm.
They is not taking it. They is not one of them. And
Hell
I was
no.
like, yeah, boy, they more toxic than the skinny girls.
Mhm.
Absolutely, a
So,
big girl will ruin your life. Let me tell you
Yes, they
something.
will.
A big let me
Amen.
tell y'all something. This is what niggas don't understand.
mhm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you are not strong in the mind, in the spirit, in the heart, please do not date a BBW. Don't
A
date a thick woman, a
confident
big woman.
BBW.
Don't do it because they will eat you the fuck alive.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Absolutely no pun intended.
Let me
Absolutely
tell you
no pun
something.
intended.
Let me tell you something. Like I said, everybody's experience is different, but even in high school, when I did befriend a big girl, she was always trying to steal my man. And I'm just like, I don't even want him, but just for the hell of it, let me see what else fuckery you're gonna do. I remember one time I got in a fight with my little boyfriend, and when I left to buy some Chinese food, the girl was like, "I would never treat you like that." Now this girl is I weighed 100. She probably weighed like 200 and some change. And every time, if I'm befriending a big girl, they'll be like, "Oh, I wish I could wear that." Girl, you could dress up and look finer than me. Just because I'm skinny don't mean shit. But why
It
do you
don't.
always have to insinuate that my clothes is always going to look better on me than it is on you when you could actually put me in the dust? Like I would always dress down myself when I was befriending certain type of girls because of their confidence. Now, when I do run across a friend that's a big girl with confidence, I'm taking fucking notes. But they're not seeing that. And I
I'm
feel
gonna be
like it's
honest.
that victim mentality. Go ahead.
Personally, this might sound fucked up. I don't want a girl with baggy underwear. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
You know
I'm
what?
Oh my goodness.
At
I'm
this
Baggy
point,
sorry.
does
draws.
baggy underwear still
The
exist?
baggy
Everybody getting
draws. Where the
The
baggy
BBWs,
draws?
the baggy
BBLs.
drawers and the droop and the loose bra. I can't do it. Like
Wait.
you,
Who wears
they,
that though?
it gotta be some type of spacelessness in your
I'm so
underwear.
confused.
I prefer someone with some weight. Look, I just weighed 200 pounds like a month ago. I've been like 175 all my fucking life. I can't deal with
Q.
nobody who's like 120, like 10, or like I will sling you across the room. Like it's no fun.
Q. What woman do you know got baggy ass underwear?
What is
Oh, y'all
your
going
experience? Now I
what
need to know.
with a big woman?
No, with Becky, what you said?
Oh, with baggy underwear, a skinny ass girl who can't like
Mm-hmm.
who still wears kid shit because she's too fucking small.
That sounds
Like
like a crackhead.
That does sound like a crackhead.
I don't disrespect me.
Oh,
I've never did nothing with a crackhead.
I
Okay,
didn't say you did.
the fact that
Now
you
look
had
how you
to,
sound guilty
the
now. Look
fact that you
I
had to
just
say
know.
that,
No,
the
because
fact that you felt the
I
need to
heard.
say that.
No, no, no. What you got to understand is I heard crackhead twice. That's too many times.
You
It
know
don't
what's
matter.
so
It's still
crazy?
you shouldn't have felt the need
Until
to
y'all
say
said
that.
that, I would have never thought of that. A crackhead with a saggy underwear. Because I'm
Exactly.
like,
Thank you.
I was not
Thank
thinking
you.
that until y'all said that. But I'm like, yeah, I could see it because they don't change their drawers, so I could see it.
Thank you. Thank
But
you. Oh my
before
God,
that,
they
I was
ruined it.
thinking like somebody who ain't got no back.
None.
Um, And some big girls do ain't got no booty at all. That thing straight
They
triangle
just
down
all
there.
stomach and titties.
Yeah, some of them is
It's
bad. Some
it,
of
It's
them is
it,
like
it
bad.
So
it's bad on all spectrums, but like with the era of BBLs, we did have that conversation. Everybody grabbing them now, so I don't think there's too many more left of the saggy booty eras.
Damn. Shout out to the saggy booty girls, man. Y'all all aunties.
all they gotta do is squats.
Uh, uh,
I'm just putting that out there, man.
Why
Ashley
Wait,
did
wait, say it
did
again. Say
did
it
you
out
squat?
loud.
Did you
Say
squat,
it out
Crystal?
loud.
Did you squat, Crystal?
First of all, I had ass, so we're not
We
gonna
we
go
need to
there.
find.
I
I
weighed
need to know.
100.
I
No,
need
that
to
was back
know.
in high school. I
Hey,
still
cause
had my stuff.
you came a long way. If you were 100 and what pounds to now, you must have been squatting since graduation.
No, I was popping out them kids. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, yup. That'd
Badu,
be that.
Erica
Yup.
Badu style.
them
Erica
childbearing
Badu style.
hips.
Lord have mercy. That's
Erica
dangerous.
Badu style.
Oh, she dangerous. Crystal is Erica Badu. She's in the category of Erica Badu.
This is
Don't look her
probably
in the
you.
eyes.
This is probably why you got niggas in other countries willing to fight for you.
Like,
We're not gonna
and-
talk about Germany, I ain't.
oh, and then you got niggas sending you Bentley trucks and shit randomly.
You know what?
Shit.
You know what?
You know
Hey,
what I'm
On to
hey,
the
saying?
next
hey!
topic.
I salute you. I salute you. I
Hey,
salute you.
Crystal. Hey, Crystal. You lit. I told you,
Oh,
Gap Gang forever.
you said God gang. I'm done.
I said Gap Gang.
I don't.
Okay.
You know I say words backwards. Why would you do that to me, Q? Why?
Okay, all right, all right. Let me ask this question because the examples of the big girls I put on the video, it was Queen Latifah, Monique, before and after the weight loss. Um, Pinky, I'm pretty sure people know who Pinky is.
She a legend.
Takara, and Jill Scott. Out of what of them and Lizzo, and would any one of them would y'all consider BBW? Because I know there's people that look at Takara and she's just like she's kind of like 5'9", but she was considered plus size. But I don't think people would consider her BBW. But she was always rapping for the big girls. If you don't matter, especially if you watch America's Next Top Model.
I'ma just
What the
point
hell
out
was
out
that?
of all the names. I'm a,
Wait, what?
Hello?
Whoa.
I'm
Who the
about
fuck is
damn.
singing karaoke?
And la la.
Go ahead, Q. Go ahead,
But
Q.
I'ma just say this: out of all the names that you named, I feel like personally, Jill Scott is the most dangerous one out of all of them.
Mm.
I'm gonna
She
be
is the
honest.
she
Oh,
is
you
the
can keep
one.
going.
She's the one. She's the one I was talking about that will eat you alive and ruin like she if you ain't got the confidence to deal with Jill Scott, you're done. You're done. But I also feel like it'll probably be Jill Scott and Queen Latifah for me personally.
What
I've
about
always
Uh,
I've
Out
you
of
was
always
gonna
had a
all
say
thing for
the
something
Queen
to
Latifah.
Queen Latifah?
Yeah, for some reason I don't know why. I've always had a thing for Queen Latifah. It's like you went from a
I
gangster
mean,
to a fucking like it's amazing. Like
out of
Because
all
Queen
the
Latifah
names
looks
you
like she'll jump in with you if you get into a fight. Like she's swinging with you. That's what Queen Latifah look like.
Queen
Like
Latifah looked good in Tim's.
she do.
It's
Go
weird.
ahead, Material Life. Go ahead. I'm
out
sorry,
of
keep cutting
all
you.
the
Go ahead.
names you named, the first person I heard within the beginning was Pinky, and I was like, "Isn't that the porn star?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
then and then I
Absolutely.
heard Takara, and then I heard Jill Scott, and I was like, "Wait, I'm so confused. What's this question about to be about?" Because I'm like, but then you said BBW. I'm like, I don't really consider Pinky to be a BBW. I just
Have
see
you
her as a
seen her
porn
now?
star. Like that's
Oh
it.
no,
Like
she
we don't. I
developed
don't
into
see.
that.
Yeah, I don't see her into anything else than that. Like she's like the godmother of, all of that. Like in the porn world. And then Takara, even though she wasn't technically big, but when you talking about models, she's like, she was the beginning era of opening the doors for big girls in the modeling agency compared to like them always having skinny anorexic looking girls. So Takara did that, and Jill Scott, her voice, her like, the fact that she knows like she's bad, natural, don't have to be doing the most. It's like,
That's scary.
mm-hmm. Queen Latifah, I don't know. Queen to me, I thought Queen Latifah was a dyke or gay. I don't know. I never
She
assumed
has
she
her
was
moments.
she was like feminine. So I didn't even know she had
I
body
always thought
until like I think it was that movie she did where she went to work at a restaurant with Common. That was the first time I realized she had a shape.
Ooh, ladies first. Ladies
Ladies
first.
first. Ooh.
Oh man, nah, I don't, man. Jill Scott is just dangerous.
Mm.
Like I feel like she look at you and you just like break down. Your knees get weak and shit. Like
I'm a little bit off topic, but with Jill Scott, you remember when she broke down on Instagram, I think, or a video? That made me so sad. But yeah, she is a voluptuous woman.
Hmm.
very, my father loves. Weirdly, he loves Jill Scott.
My father loves it too.
Like the way I love Angela Bassett is the way he loves Jill Scott. That should explain it all.
that's why I started laughing.
Like, cause y'all know we ain't even gonna get into it.
Because
It's
this
just,
nigga was talking about Angela Bassett for hours. So
hey, bro, she got an hour's worth of goddamn.
I'm not clowning you. Like I get it. Like I fucks with Angela Bassett too.
Nah, you can't just fucks with Angela Bassett
Oh,
around
here
me.
we go.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave this conversation alone.
God
Cause I
damn.
hear father in the background.
Hey Ray, hello.
Yeah.
Can you ask the question again?
I basically said, God damn it. Pink. I said Pinky. The names I put was like Pinky, Takara, Lizzo, Monique. Before and after the weight loss, Jill Scott, and Lizzo. I said, which one of those would you consider a BBW? Because I said, and I also said, I know people consider in the modern world, like Material Life said, someone like a Takara might be considered a BBW, but like to black people, she's like mad regular. That's what.
Mm. Well, I don't know who that is. I don't know how she looks, but the rest, I'll say yeah, but
You don't
compared
know?
to
You never watched America's Next Top Model? This is gonna sound
no,
weird, but you never watched
no, I don't
America's
watch
Next
that stuff.
Top Model?
Nah,
Uh,
I don't watch reality TV.
I voted for
Nah.
you.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the rest I would consider that. And when it comes to Queen Latifah, I don't know. I'm sorry to say, like, she's a mess to me. So I couldn't see myself being attracted to something like that. But yeah, Pinky, Jill Scott for
He
sure.
said.
Jill Scott,
He
because
said.
once I saw what happened,
I hate that you're laughing. I hate that
I
you're
got him
laughing
on
at
mute.
that.
Oh my gosh. He said it out loud. Oh my
what?
god.
What did I say out loud?
That you found Queen Latifah disgusting.
Oh, I didn't
And he
say.
can't.
Yeah, she looks like a mess to me
You,
compared to the rest of them. Yeah, I'll straight
T
up say
Wolf,
it.
you said I can't be attracted to that. You'd even identify her as a human being.
Yeah, that was like,
Not that. Meaning her body.
He used the
Wow.
damn,
correct
You
damn,
do
pronouns.
you
D.
do realize that Queen
He used the
Latifah's a
correct
cover girl,
pronouns.
right?
Say again.
You do realize Queen Latifah's a cover girl, right?
Is a yeah. Uh, today, well, from what I last saw,
Damn.
from what I last seen of her, what I've last seen of her, I think it was a movie or something, and I saw the nude scene. I was like, okay, nah, I can't, nah. I mean, she's pretty,
Oh, when the
but
titties
at
That
that
out.
ain't
point, I
fair.
can't go
That's
from there.
yo. To be honest with you, that's not fair.
But I don't know
You
how
can't
she
do
look.
that.
I don't see anything of her recently. I don't see any magazine covers, so I'm going by what I last
Cover
seen.
girl. Just type in Queen
I've never
Latifah
seen it.
cover girl.
Was it just her
Just
Y'all
face?
Google it.
can't, y'all
Just
can't, y'all
Google it.
can't tell him to change his idea.
I'm about to
He
say we're
feels
Is it
not
like
just
going
her
to
Queen
force
face?
him to
Latifah
love
just
Queen Latifah.
don't give him feminine vibes.
No, listen, you
Y'all can't
can't,
be mad
bro.
at that.
No, you
D
can't
Wolf,
say
stand proud in your
not.
judgment.
No, you cannot say, "Oh,
It's hard
I
to
Queen
be
stand
proud when
with
you
idolizes
you.
laughed at him
Michael
like that.
Jackson because of this
I'm
movie."
going by
It's
what
a
I've seen
movie.
last, yo. And if
No,
you say
it's a
CoverGirl, I'm like,
movie.
okay, but I haven't seen it. And
He,
I'm like, what? Is
he
it just her face or something? I
But yeah,
can't
but
tell
he
you.
that's
probably
what I'm
still
telling
remembers
you.
Set It
You
Off,
go look
Queen
at the
Latifah.
CoverGirl shit. Just look at the
Ooh,
CoverGirl shit.
damn.
He's still
Wait,
seeing Set It Off, Queen Latifah. You can't. He don't watch
Yo, that's
reality
crazy.
TV.
Damn.
she's never. To tell you the truth, even like I have never seen her as attractive. Never, never. I've
Ray,
never got that vibe.
Hey, I ain't
Ray,
gonna knock you. I'm not gonna knock you.
Now I'm
I
not
Ray.
think she's
taking.
attractive, but I'm not gonna knock
Yeah,
you.
you could. That's what I'm saying, yo. This is subjective because I'm not taking away her
Ray.
talent at all. I'm not taking away her personality. I'm saying we're talking about aesthetics here, right? So I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
when it
Yeah.
comes to that, nah, it's not for me. But if you give me a Joe Scott or a Pinky, I'm 100% all the way.
I mean, when it comes to Queen Latifah, I never thought of her as ugly, but the two occasions when she had me like, oh, bring it down the house in Chicago.
Nah,
She's
she
not
was
ugly.
fire and bringing down the house.
Yeah, she was lit and bringing down the house though.
Yeah, I will never say
Yes.
she's ugly.
Hey, Ray.
Just her
I know
body.
this is
Last
Ray.
I seen, her body is a
But
mess.
but again, those are the
Ray,
two instances where I seen her where she straight up stopped me in my tracks, like, oh,
Ray.
I'm
This is a little
Yes,
bit
Q.
off.
Yes, Q.
This is a little bit off subject. This is completely off subject, actually. But I just thought I'd just say this. No, it's something like tragic. It's bad. Uh, Demarius Thomas died.
I'm sorry. Say it
who?
again.
Demarius Thomas. You remember Demarius Thomas that played for the Broncos with
The
Peyton
wide receiver
Manning?
for the Broncos.
Yes. He died.
Really? How?
I don't know. It just I got 1,000 posts on my damn Instagram saying it, and I'm like, what the fuck did I miss?
Damn.
That shit fucked up.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd bring that up
Shit.
before anything. That shit was just sad. But back to the
I,
biz women.
Not
We
me.
love you all.
I thought we was trying to change the subject. That's why you said that.
Nah, Q
Nah,
just like
nah. It
doing
was
that
just some. I just like doing that shit.
I was like, okay, we going in on Queen Latifah. I thought you was like, oh, let's change the subject real quick
Oh no,
so
we
we
can go
can
back in on
switch it.
Queen Latifah if that's the
No,
case.
no, we don't need to.
Who are you calling a bitch?
Oh, D Wolf. D Wolf. I sent you a picture of Takara, so you know
I
it's
to
what it
say,
is.
nah, we need to archive this because D Wolf ain't never said nothing like this ever.
Hey,
This is a
listen.
Nah, he
moment in
told.
his.
D Wolf is always honest with his opinion.
But D Wolf is always positive. I ain't never heard him say anything like, like,
I don't think anyone had ever considered Queen Latifah to be like the girl you put on your board to masturbate to. Like I don't think people see Queen Latifah like that.
I
dog.
mean,
Nah,
Oh
that's a
he's
my
not
bit
one of
god.
much.
those. He's not one of those.
Oh man,
I mean,
material life.
Pinky. I mean, even at Pinky, I would say this. Even at Pinky's size, and it's probably because the entertainment that she is in is like people would
Yeah.
still be like, "I knock it down," even though people said she went from Pinky to Big Toe. But that's
Nah, but the thing is, but like Queen Latifah has always been a more like classy type.
I
Like
like it.
she wouldn't be someone that I call sexy. She'd be like sometimes she's pretty, sometimes she's dykish. Like you never know.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
when
I
I
like.
seen her
Yeah,
play
one
that
thing I've
movie
always
with Common, I was like, wow, she looks so pretty there. That's the first time I ever seen her like look feminine. But every time you've
the
seen
one
Queen
thing I've
Latifah,
No.
even
always
when she
said
was a
about
rapper, she was very like masculine.
yeah, the one thing I've always said about Queen Latifah is she could dress. Like she's always been presentable. Like
Yeah,
that's
Ray, I
the
got the
one thing
picture.
I've always like.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Ray,
got the
I got the
picture.
picture. I know.
What'd
Yeah,
you
I know who
think?
she is. Yeah, yeah. She's not. No, she's not BBW. She was plus size. I remember that, but she's not BBW. No, I wouldn't consider that. I remember her being a plus size model, but not BBW. There's a threshold.
Yeah, that's why I said
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure she was. at one point she was bigger than that because she was on Celebrity Fit Club, and I know you don't watch reality TV, but it was just like I think for some people, like I said, for some people, she is considered a BBW, especially in the
Hmm.
modeling business. But
You
to
Oh,
like
said
definitely
there's
people
a
there.
like regular,
threshold.
Definitely there.
yeah, but
Because they don't
like
know
So
what
regular
thick is.
people,
wait, so
regular
are we
people like you and
gatekeeping
me,
what
I'm
is or
like, she
isn't?
ain't that big.
Oh my
What'd you
god,
say,
y'all
Dion?
are so funny.
No, are we gatekeeping what is or isn't a BBW now? Because
How do you gatekeep BBW? What?
no, because that was my next question.
That is hilarious.
Who?
Because he said it's a threshold.
No,
Like
just
there's a
right.
threshold to BBW versus plus
I mean,
size.
there
Oh,
is. I mean, there is, but that's what the BBWs are saying because now it's getting to a time where there's a lot of thicker women, but they're not necessarily BBWs. They've been had the discussion in social media
I would just like to know how gatekeeping is in the same sentence as BBW though.
because there's a
Really?
lot of thick women that think they're BBW and they not. This is from social media. I'm just letting you know what I've seen.
All
There's
right, if
a
I
okay. There's
may.
a lot of girls, especially in this era, and it may be because of the BBLs, and maybe because of the plastic surgery. Like they're like wider, but they're still like flat. They're not sloppy. There's no rolls on them and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
They're
Because
definitely the
perfect.
when I
surgery.
think, yeah, because when I think BBW, I think fupa. Like I'm trying to see that fupa, man.
Right. You
If you ain't got
yeah,
a
you
fupa,
got
you're not a
more ass
Absolutely,
BBW.
titties
boy.
than the
You,
others, but you gonna have a gut.
Yeah,
it's
oh
listen,
my
all
we.
good.
god.
I
It's
need to see the
okay.
thigh meat. There needs to
But
be
but
some
like Chris
thigh
Rock
meat
said, there's
on
some
your
good
shit.
pussy under that gut.
I need to
Dion.
be able to.
Dog,
Hey yo,
Dion.
I need to be able to lift your gut in order to see the
Oh my gosh,
goods.
I can't.
Yo, Dion,
Yeah.
that sounded awesome. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Go ahead.
She said, "Dion," like her
Dion.
mother. Her mother voice came out when she said that shit.
Yeah, she was like, "Watch your mouth, Dion."
Like, she sunned the shit out you.
That's how you know they've been knowing each other for years.
Again, we go back to second grade.
That's what I said. If she go, y'all go back to second grade, she could talk to you like that. Dion, watch your language.
Oh God. My bad.
But
And then she tries to apologize for it.
Y'all
no,
are so funny.
Like we give a fuck. We don't care about your apology. Do it again.
shit. I'll tell you, you got
Nah,
nothing
hey,
to
but Dion,
apologize for.
hey, Dion, you ain't lying. That is a secret passageway to some warm. Yeah,
I've
I'm a,
I've never been with a plus size
I've only
girl
had
and the sex
relations with
wasn't
like
banging. I'm sorry, just it is what it
I've only
is.
had relations with a big girl once. So everybody
But
I
you
done
were
knocked
not
out was like
disappointed.
two.
But you were not disappointed, were you? Let's be real. You were not disappointed.
nah, we got to hear
But
this
you
story from him. We got to
Any
hear this
last
story from
words
him.
before we move on?
No, 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 no,
She's
no. You will
confident.
not.
Yeah, that's right. She's got her stomach up in her tights. She don't give a damn what anybody got to say.
but you know what? I think guys who are with women that get pregnant, they do get the best of both worlds. So they have been with a BBW, even if it's temporarily. So kudos to y'all.
Hey, shout out to father for watching the 85 South show because that's
That's
the
what I'm
only way
talking about,
you know
Q.
what the fuck. That's the only way I know that
That's
fucking song because that song is legendary.
legendary.
Wait a
That
minute, was
song
that
is
a
Big
real song?
Yes.
yeah. They
Yeah,
freestyled it
yes.
on the
from
show.
the 85 South Show.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, they are
That's a
ridiculous.
fucked up song.
No,
Yeah,
it's
she was
not.
You
twerking
gotta hear
to
the
it.
whole
The
thing. I think
girl
you
that
gotta
they
hear
were
the
singing
whole
You
it
thing.
to,
you
it was
have
a big girl, and she was twerking to the shit.
You got to understand. You got to understand them. They don't do it to pick on nobody. They do it to show love to everybody. Like they
Yeah,
was
like
telling the truth.
if DC
child. They
Young
pick
Fly
on
pick you out,
everybody.
yeah,
Everyone gets equal picking.
if DC
Oh
Young
yeah, they
Fly
don't give a
pick you out
fuck.
in the show, that means you getting famous. You better take that shit.
Yeah,
So
and
the
enjoy
90s
it.
show, basically.
Yeah, you be like, look at you,
We
ugly ass girl. That's it.
Little stupid ass little
Hey,
girl.
Stupid ass girl. That's
Hey
what
Do
yo,
it's
that a
called.
little
DCO
bit.
Fly is a legend, man.
Oh, it's
DCO
that
Fly is
show.
legendary. That's all I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
saying
I
about
know what
that.
show that
I'm
is.
on your ass.
DCO Fly is a fucking legend.
Oh man, I love that
Big
show. But yeah,
Oh
big
we love
girls,
shit.
big
we
girls.
love.
I must confess, skinny chicks okay, but big girls the best. Girl, you look just like the bulletproof vest. Chilling in the club with crumbs on your breast. Shout out to Mike Epps.
Oh
Oh
shit.
man, Mike. Yeah,
All
Mike Evans
right,
did it
Oh
first.
shit.
we gonna get into our final thoughts, and we gonna start with D Wolf.
Oh shit.
So, you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Sorry, man. I'm at work, so. But I just want to say fuck you to Will Wheaton, aka Wesley Crusher from Star Trek, for calling um, Dave Chappelle a bigot. So fuck him for that. And he's still going on with the bullshit because he's mad that Chappelle's got another special coming out on Netflix. He's mad they ain't like, and these are supposed to be our allies, right? Yeah, he's the first one to call Dave Chappelle a bigot, but prove it. And he's the only one that's still harping on bullshit that we've discussed on the show, like the Smollett thing and stuff like that. He's still saying the opposite of what we know now, and he's using his celebrity status to, especially because if I mean, you could basically say we're nerds here, right? Majority of us.
Yeah.
hmm
Okay, so this is who he's reaching, and he's trying to turn us against Dave Chappelle, basically. So that's my final thoughts.
It can't be done. It can't be done.
No, that's crazy that
that ma-
this Dave Chappelle thing is still going on for this long. Well, I still haven't
Uh,
seen any of the specials, but it's like, Lord, how long can y'all
the
still be
main one you
mad
need to
about?
watch was his most recent one, The Closer,
No,
as far as like, um,
I get the little
you know,
snippets online. To me, Dave Chappelle just is not funny to me.
that's fine.
But that's just my
but
thing. Like even from the back in the day, so I just never got into him. And I tried watching his stuff. It's just not like my type of comedy. But I don't understand why people so mad because I seen the little snippets and stuff like that, and I'm like, he didn't say anything crazy. He was just being honest. And let's be honest, like it's either you're with all of the LGBTQI, you can't say nothing against them. And he was saying like even the girl that like was playing on this his series and she used to do the shows before him to like get him in. She even got bullied enough to commit suicide by her own community. So the same thing that he's talking about is they're doing, which they don't even realize that they're doing it to the point now where people are afraid to even speak their mind.
there, the only thing I'm gonna say to that is there's more to it than just the whatever little clips or whatever you may have seen, but
Okay.
there's you
Dion is
know
on.
oh shit.
My bad. D Wolf, is that your
Okay,
final
go
thought?
Uh, yep, that's pretty much it.
Okay, Dion is on you.
ahead. Shit. Pretty sure we already said this, but Jesse Smollett, you stupid.
You stupid.
I feel like that just needed to be said outright. Even though we discussed it, I just feel like that just you stupid. That's it.
Material life is on you.
The Oxford case, the fact that the school completely missed all the signs, or they had the signs, they still missed it. The parents about to be locked up too with their son. So it's like, you know, how much slow can we be in society for a school to have literally called the parents over, had all the things, knew that this was bound to happen, and still managed to fail. And then the parents running away or hiding, whatever they did. I don't even understand that concept. After you know, like you knew your son was going out there to do that, so it's like, how could we have felt so bad as society?
America.
I feel
Uh,
like that should have been a. I feel like that should have been a topic of discussion, in honesty, because like that's ooh, there's a lot to unpack with that.
Nah, I don't
Ooh,
think there's a lot to unpack. This shit's been happening since we were even before we were even born. They're not trying to fix this shit. What's there to talk about?
well, for starters, the
Fuck,
fact what you just
Columbine,
said, the fact
Virginia
that they're
Tech,
not
Sandy Hook,
like
fucking all them other schools, bruh. What's there to talk about?
But this one is crazy because the school had 2 meetings with him, and 3 hours prior to that, they had a meeting with him. It's like you had all the signs to call the police. So now the parents, I guess, that of the brother and sister that died is suing the school and the teachers and whatever for 100,000 or 100 million. But it's just like, dang, how could we have felt so bad? This was the one opportunity they could have gotten right, but they still managed to fail. It sucks.
I'm not surprised. That's all I'm saying.
and
uh,
I think that's the worst part of the situation is no no one's really shocked. No one's you know, you're so used to this type of shit, you've become numb to it, and like that's for me, that's the worst part of it all.
Nah, the worst part of it all is they're actually not trying to solve the problem. I don't think it's that we're numb to it. They're legitimately not trying to solve the problem. Material Life just said it. They had the evidence. They saw it right in their motherfucking faces and did nothing. They're not trying to solve it.
I I feel like that's just proves
Let's just
just
put
how numb to the shit we've become.
now we just need to put metal detectors in all white people's school.
Or just take guns away from white people.
I don't know if that's
that's
gonna
a
work out,
yeah.
but
Take it from who?
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know. If that's
Hey man,
nah. I can see them.
that
I
hey
can see
yo,
them fighting the continent.
hey,
shit.
hey,
White. One thing I know about white people with their guns, they will fight the white people. They'll fight the cops for 'em.
Child,
hey man,
anybody
hey,
gonna
them
fight
having
for
guns
their
is why.
guns.
But them having guns is why we in the situation we are in the first place, right or wrong.
You are you are right, but you think they're going to just give up their guns like that?
I
They
mean,
don't care.
of course, they're not gonna give up their guns, but that doesn't mean that what I'm saying ain't false. Take them away.
Yeah, what you
But
say
if
is
you
not
take it away
false.
from them, you gonna have to take it
You
away from
can't.
us. Well, I ain't got
You
no guns, so
can't.
I don't
That's a
even know why
right
I'm
to
saying
have one.
us.
Hey, there's a whole bunch of people with guns, regardless
Hey,
of
all
what
I'm saying
demographic or
is,
whatever you fall
yo,
under that don't need the motherfuckers.
you can. I mean, you can have the right to own a gun, but that doesn't mean that you know how to use it.
Hmm.
And that's the problem. There's no discipline. There's nobody's teaching anyone. All we
So
have is what we
why
see
are
on
they allowed
TV.
to have it then?
That's what we
Because
got to look at. Why do
because
the people that
America,
aren't supposed
because
to
Second Amendment.
have it, and the
Because
people
it's
that want to have
our
it and can have it have a
constitutional
hard time?
right.
Well, the
It's my
constitutional right.
constitutional right.
Again,
God
Second
damn it.
Amendment.
Man, y'all got time today. Y'all are comedians today.
Nah, cause this shit is stupid. Like, how the
I
fuck you
can't
have a
say that,
problem?
yo. I can't co-sign on that because not only white people believe in the Constitution. This is one of the reasons why we have immigrants coming here because they believe in ours, where their country has none. And some
Oh
of them are
my
about their guns when they come over here. I really can't co-sign on
god.
that.
Y'all
Straight up,
can't go back and forth
I
with D
can
Wolf about
co-sign. I
guns because
can
you know he
co-sign.
love his guns. So don't
Hold
even
up,
play with him. He is not one
hold
of
up.
them.
I can co-sign on the fact that they, in particular, are like uber and insanely like involved in their guns, and that's all they. I can co-sign on that, and they're crazy about it. Definitely, that is a
I
problem that they
yo,
have in particular. But the right to have it and want to have it, maybe somebody's passionate about it. Maybe they, that. Nah, I can't. Nah, if it's the
I think
constitutional
Some of the
right and
people
black
in this
people,
I
they're.
think I think you're talking about a totally separate thing.
What do you mean?
I think you're talking about a totally separate thing. I'm not talking about how you feel about the guns and none of that shit. There is an obvious
No.
pattern here, and we see the pattern, and no, and they're not trying to solve the problem of something they have a right to. So why should they have it?
How are they not solving the problem? There are gun laws.
Doing what?
Right. The
Right
the
now,
gun
as
laws
of today, it
have been
is
proven
illegal.
on God knows how many
You
occasions to be in fucking effective.
say that again, Dion?
I said these gun laws have been proven on God knows how many occasions to be fucking ineffective. So what?
That's why I
They're
believe
not
there shouldn't
they're
even
not
be any. It should be
ineffective. They're
common
just
sense
not
behind
being
it.
used
They're not
properly.
being enforced. They're not being enforced.
Hmm.
Exactly. But I would not say I can never co-sign on saying take them away. Chill. Can't do
We
that.
know you
But we
probably
got
got
to
a whole
solve the problem.
cabinet
That's
of
what we
guns,
need
D
to.
Wolf. We
Bruh, take them
know.
shits away. Take them
Yeah, we
shits away.
need to. We need
Until
to
you
have a
I've
learn.
discussion
always said
on
before.
Listen. Let me put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this, and I hope this makes sense. What I'm about to say. If you have something that you
Mhm.
consider sacred, that you consider important, you will do the utmost to respect the very thing that you value. Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
So if you value the gun, why would you so in this society guns are valued but they're not respected. That's why people can do willy-nilly and fuck all with the guns that they have in the first place. That's why it's the ultimate problem solver, whatever. But here's my thing. If you as a society say that this is sacred to you, this is important to you, you will do your utmost to make sure that that respect is enforced. You're not going to give that shit to somebody that's going to disrespect it. You're not going to give that shit to somebody that's going to compromise the values that you entrusted in, the value that you put into that particular item. So why
I would
is it that when cases like this happen, it is so easy? Not only is it easy, but it seems to be the common thing to do to absolutely sidestep from the problem, which is the disrespect of the thing that you're valuing in the first place, to make it seem like, oh, well, because he had a right to own a gun. Like, no, come on.
Wait. All right. When you did that, you lost me. Say it again. Ask the question again.
No, I'm gonna just
It wasn't a
what I'm
question.
no,
Oh,
what I'm
okay. Say
saying
that
is
again then.
no. Basically, my point is, if you value something, it should be respected in your society. Guns are valued in America, but they're not respected. So why have them?
I
But you
wouldn't
have to
say they're
also
valued. I think the right to own it is
They
valued, and
are
that's the
valued.
problem people
What?
have. No, no.
no, I
Listen
wouldn't
to me.
say
Listen to me. When I say no, because you saying valued, that's like saying that's the end all be all. It's the right that they're worried about. Now, again, I am with everyone when we talk about who's more obsessed with them, who likes to rock them, all this shit. I'm with you there. But when it comes to the guns in general, it's about the right. So when they start talking about who can have it, who can't have it, that's where we need to have the discussion. But it doesn't matter who has it, who doesn't have it, this and the other.
I
If
think
you
it
get what I'm
does.
saying, that's not the issue of what I'm trying to say. I'm saying I'm saying it's just the right to own it. That's the problem, and that's where we gotta
it's
dig in it. But when they start putting in gun laws, when you take it away now,
but
that's where you have to. We need to solve who has it, what they do with it, who's allowed to use it, at what age, and things of that nature. Because people are, especially on these days, people are fucking crazy. That's what we need to learn how to manage. But we can't get mad at or only focus on the one, because it's not like white people are only ones that are criminals with guns.
but you
And who's
you
huh.
killing
say
each other? And who's killing each other off more? And in
everybody,
large numbers. And because it's
everybody.
illegal, this is why exactly. And the fact that it's illegal is why we have a fucking Wild West out here, because nobody
Hmm.
who's allowed to get it can get it. But like criminals do with everything, will get it illegally. So that's the issue. That's where the control comes in. So why is it that if you're in a city where there's a whole bunch of crime, gun crime, and there are citizens being attacked, being affected by it, why would you rob them of the right of defending themselves? And why would you have them solely depend on the government, the cops that we don't want to deal with all the time, especially when it comes to this shit? Because we know if we call them, we're gonna catch the bullet. We want them to send to someone else. That's the issue.
I can answer that question. Why are they in the position to defend themselves in the first place?
because everyone's
Because
carrying one.
they had that mindset that we're not taught this shit. We're not taught to hey, let's train up our sons and daughters on how to use a gun and defend themselves and shit like that. We're not taught that.
I
I
don't
said this
know.
last week when we watch when I'm telling you when we saw
Huh.
the Jamie Foxx show. Like I said, that episode when he had to hold a gun, he started fainting. You know how he goes. This is what they push on us. So as black men and black women, we're not looking at guns the same way as everyone else. We're scared of it when we see it, unless a criminal gets it, because the criminal ain't scared of shit. So they're gonna go and get it. They feel like they're cowboys, but the good people, nah, we'll get the cops do it. We ain't gonna do it ourselves. And everybody else
My
is like,
Um,
oh, we'll
I
fucking
Well,
got
do
a
it ourselves. What do you
question.
let
mean?
me say this one thing. I think the concept that we value the guns more than anything has probably died within the like the Western civilization era, because back then it was more cautious of who was getting a gun. They took more care into, like, marking who got a gun. And then once they started smuggling guns and smuggling weapons, because more white people was having the weapons compared to black people, and they were killing people with it. So then people were just getting guns, and they didn't understand the how to use a weapon, how to go about, like, what's the laws of your guns and stuff like that. So a lot of people don't know most of them didn't even know the right to carry until they probably seen it off of some YouTube channel. Somebody said they was arguing, somebody had a gun, a white person had a gun, and they was walking around freely, and they said this, oh, it's my constitutional law rights to carry a gun. And then it was like, oh, well, shit, if he can do that, let me try that out too. They don't even know what constitution, what is states in it. They just going off of what somebody else said. So a lot of people are not really trained, or not really, like, they can go to any gun range and start shooting off left and right. But let's be honest, not too many people go to gun ranges and practice shooting. It's only when they got to use it, and then when they use it, it just they be wilding out with it. So
Well,
Yeah, I remember a
I hear
friend of
what you're
mine. He
saying.
was like, "Yo, the best thing, cops are actually happy that they like criminals will hold the gun sideways because that actually saves the cop's life because they always miss."
But
And that's
mm,
part of the.
my point is that if like if it's gotten to that point in America where you have people that have these guns, because when I think of a gun, you know what I'm saying? Like, a gun is a tool. A gun isn't good
mhm,
or evil. A gun is a tool. It is meant for whatever agenda you have with it. If you want to kill
Hmm.
mhm,
someone with a gun, you're gonna do so. If you want to hunt
Hmm.
with a gun and shoot some, like game or whatever, that's
Right.
what you're gonna do. But my
Yep.
thing is, in this particular society that is gun crazy as hell, because look at the history of America: Revolutionary War, Civil War. Most of the problems that Americans so called have today, they'll point to the gun as the ultimate problem solver. It is
Of
mhm,
sacred
course, it's a
within
war.
this sacred. No, no, but it's not just the war that I'm talking about as well. That's where the sacredness comes from. It's kind of like the samurai sword in Japan. It's very fucking sacred in Japan, right? So
Hmm.
that means only certain people, like even in Japan, only certain people can make an actual samurai sword that is like accredited, and people will
Yeah,
like,
blacksmith.
yeah, like there's only certain people in Japan that actually have the power to like make an authentic Japanese sword, right? Because
Hmm.
it's so sacred. But in America, it is not the same way. It's too willy nilly. Even though
because
you have the
smuggling
right,
happened.
no, but even with smuggling, if you have this tool, and you base a culture around it, and that culture is also steeped in hyper violence like it is in America, of course you're going to have cases like this where people are going to go around shooting folks because they feel
Mhm,
some type of way or whatever. That's what I'm saying. There needs to be a way to control, not even control, but there needs to be a way to properly educate people about what the fuck the gun is, because I feel like people are taking that shit for granted, regardless
yeah.
of whether you
100%
have it
agree.
as a right or not. They're taking that shit for granted, and it's gotten to the point where kids are going to schools and shooting up other kids.
That's true.
You're not
100%
even
agree. And
safe
that's one of
in
the reasons.
schools.
Is
That's one of the reasons why, and that's why I said last week when we were talking about the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. That's why he could not have a handgun, because that's the problem, and that's their efforts in trying to solve this shit when the wrong person can't have a certain weapon, because this is what goes on. There are ways to educate. There are ways to put in laws, but we have to look at it specifically, and it's still something we still have to figure out. But I cannot
I,
go with get rid of them or just say you can't
mhm.
just say gun control. I'm like that's what we already have.
I
Now
think
we got to figure out the specifics. And like you said, we don't know, son. Why aren't we teaching? Why just like we have shop class, right? We don't even have that shit anymore. We don't have these kids learning how to fix cars and shit in the school in high school. Why
That's
can't we
true.
have a
you
range
know,
and be
I'm
like,
glad you
yo, if
said
any,
that. I'm
yeah,
actually
like
really
this should
no.
be
I'm actually
applied
really glad you said that. And and what you just said right there about how we don't have certain classes and why and how certain things aren't taught about the gun is exactly the reason why I feel like it should be taken away. Why the fuck should you? Why the fuck should you have such a powerful tool if you
So
don't even know what the fuck it is in the first place?
because the
wait,
bad
wait, that
guys
mean
have
I
it
couldn't
right
drive a
now and
car no
you're in
more? Oh
danger.
no.
The bad guys have it right now while you don't. So you can't take it away
I
now.
don't. Nah,
You
I don't.
can't
I'm
do
not
that,
buying that.
son.
I'm not buying
No,
that.
no.
I'm
Wait.
not
You can't
buying
buy
that
that.
So
anymore.
If
I'm not
you mean
buying
can
bad
we
that.
guys don't
agree?
exist today, you're gonna put pause on the
I'm
good guys
not.
This
getting
No,
it
is
while
I'm
the
not.
bad guys
I'm
can get it either
no.
way,
Listen.
however the law
No,
is.
listen.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
can't
think
put a pause on the people who want it.
listen, but I'm not. The reason why I'm not buying that anymore is because it's like you said. If it's obtained illegally, they're gonna have it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's because they don't have
till they
respect for
stop.
that tool in the first place. They wanna shoot people, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, so we can't look. Wait, so how are they getting it? How are the bad guys getting it?
You tell me.
That's what I'm saying. It's illegal
Smuggling. I
everywhere.
told y'all
Everywhere
it's
there's more
smuggling.
murder with guns, it's illegal there. They're not supposed to have it, but they have it. Again, case in point, Chicago. You're not allowed to. New York, you're not allowed to, but they get it because they're criminals. It's illegal. They find a way outside the law to get it. There's no, how do we stop
You
that? Oh, I
That's
know, allowing the
that.
good guys who want it to have it. So we have that great equalizer. That way, it'll make the bad guy think twice about going in the home. This is how, this study's showing them whose houses these people skip, and it's the people who they think will have a gun, who the family is, all this shit. They scope you out. So they know your family with guns, you think you're gonna touch your house? It's gonna be a risk. They may do it, but a lot of thieves don't want to even use it because they don't want that added to their fucking
It's
charges.
like that. It's like that dude that walked into this black woman's house that she didn't know there was like other black men that was in there.
and then
So
they jumped
when
his
he
ass. I
came
saw
out,
that video.
they
Yeah, I
jumped
saw
his
that.
ass.
Yeah,
So
So
I have a
protection.
question for
Yeah,
Fada
protecting.
when he's done.
Yeah, go ahead, Crystal.
All right. So I definitely agree that it's tempting to just get rid of all the fucking guns since it's the main problem that the black community have because Chicago's death rate is just keeps going up without the education of educating our children because that's where it really starts of the gun laws and so on and so forth. But if we know that the main problem, especially in the black community, is guns and guns that's not registered, okay? Would you say, and our people are being killed by the opposite race, but that's another topic when it comes to police corruption. That's a whole nother topic. So would you agree that instead of going extreme and getting rid of the guns to educate at least our fucking people on how to utilize a gun, do you think that
Mm.
it would be less killings of our people? Do you think that we would utilize it like Malcolm X would want us to utilize it? Do you
And
think
we
that would
have
give
that
They
us
right.
power?
I'll put
first
it
of all,
like
our
this.
people barely
Well,
wanted to go to high school. So you
I'll,
telling them now you we have to figure out a way because it was already a fight to get them to vote and then educate them on voting. Then we have to find a way to educate them on how to properly use a gun, how to not
that's
smuggle
how it should
guns.
be.
Man,
Right.
Okay,
we're gonna be
sorry.
No, no,
fighting
no,
for
no,
But
no,
this.
no,
Fada,
no.
Fada,
At
go
When
what
it
ahead,
point
comes
did
to a
they not?
gun,
Commissioner.
uh, Okay, at what point did
I
they
wanted Father, but I
not
wanted
want to? Oh,
Father's
sorry. Go ahead. Go
perspective
ahead.
real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah.
so to answer your question, Crystal, what I think it is like I don't think that guns should be eradicated, but what I will say is this our priorities are fucking backwards. I'm not trying to hear about people having rights to a gun. if you don't respect what the fuck the gun is in the first place. I feel like it's so easy because we're like in this culture we're used to guns. Like we see guns every single motherfucking day. Video games about it. We listen to music about it. There's TV shows about it. Every time you hear like a story about somebody getting their problem solved, it always has to be something about the gun. So I understand the importance of the gun within this society, and I understand people having the right to own a gun, in order for self-defense and things like that. But what I'm saying
Right.
is this: somebody who is a soldier who has fought in wars, realizes how dangerous a gun can be, so he respects that motherfucker. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hmm.
If you had that type of education across the
Mhm.
board, like for example, like let's say even as early as middle school, you have kids learn about, okay, this is the gun, this is how it works, and not only on like a technical aspect, but on a social and a cultural aspect. This is what the gun represents. This could be a tool for self-defense, or this could be a tool to fucking ship your life away if you so choose to misuse this certain type of tool. If
Mhm.
our
But
priority,
that's already in play.
if it's so, and you know what, I understand that, but I'm gonna say this right here because this actually proves my point. If it's actually in play, and you do have people in America that do respect the gun and only use it for self-defense or use it to hunt or whatever, those are not the
Mhm.
type of people I'm talking about. The type of people that I'm talking about, it's not even the smugglers and the people who are using it illegally that I'm talking about. I am talking about the people that see the gun as a way I'm talking about people who misuse the gun
Hmm.
in a society that glorifies it to the point where even if there's a situation like Oxford that happens,
Mhm.
and like Material Life just said, there were so many signs. There were signs there. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, you have to look at this shit and you have to go, all right, bruh, Sandy Hook,
Hmm.
Columbine, Virginia Tech, like, bro, elementary school was shot, and we still having this motherfucking conversation. At what point are you going to prioritize the people in your society to take a look at the mentality you have on such a powerful ass tool that literally takes away lives? At
So
what point
Florida,
are we going to get to that?
it
Because
just
the shit
sounds
that we're talking about, that,
At
oh,
that point, it's not
we do
about.
that, we already do that, it's not working.
I
Oxford
would
just
At
say
got
that
where
point, it's not about the gun. It's about the people who's behind the gun.
that's
And
my
who are you
point.
left with? I have to ask, who are you left with? Who are you left with? To hold the guns if we don't, if you get rid of it, just the cops in the state and the government, and you have nothing to do. Like, I want to be able to shoot a fucking racist cop if I have to.
Yeah, but that's because the cop in this particular case is evil. Just like,
hmm
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
institution, yeah, the institution is compromised. So why the fuck do they have guns?
So if it's compromised, why would you have that happen during this while it's compromised? Is basically what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, because you just said it, it's the people, right?
Uh huh. Yeah.
So
Teach
if
them.
it's so if it's the people, you have to teach them. You're
Uh
proving my
huh.
point. You have to teach them. But
So
how can you teach them if they have the shit already and they already have a misconstrued perception about the shit that
hmm
they're holding? It's not gonna
The,
hmm
work. You
the
have to
answer to
you
that,
have to
Spada.
take
what
it away.
Hold
You
on.
have to
The
take that shit
Spada.
away for even if it's for a little bit, you have to take that shit away so people understand what the fuck this is. This is not
Okay.
just some
Maybe I need to be clear on who to take it away from. Who are you talking about?
I'm bro. Okay. So
Take it away from who?
when I say take it away, I
Uh huh.
say there should be not even not even like don't mention guns, don't talk about guns, or none of that. I'm not saying eradicate guns completely, but I'm saying before somebody has the notion to buy a gun, before somebody has the notion to even think about guns in particular, there has to be a respect implemented within their subconscious to not play with the motherfucking tool that they're even thinking about purchasing or about acquiring. That's what I'm
I will.
saying.
Well, I'll fall back
Wait,
to our earlier conversation about the toys. Yo, leave that to the fucking parents. Let them teach them about the gun since it's part of our society anyway. So that should be your prerequisite of what you should teach your child as they're growing up, along with everything else. If that's
let
what
me
this
say
country
that.
is about, that's what it's founded on,
Wait.
that's what we do, then why don't we teach them and how to do it? And if they're crazy, then I would say, okay, if they show signs that they're gonna kill a lot of motherfuckers, that's when I'll say, yeah, fucking take it away from him.
I
But not
agree with
Wait,
everyone
let
in
me say
general.
let me say this one thing. I feel like if first of all, 18 and up, that's not my problem. But anyone 18, like 17, 16, 15, that's shooting up schools and stuff like that, I feel like the parents should be tried and
Yes.
convicted with the child,
I
because at
agree.
the end of the day,
Or at
you
least to
as a
blame.
parent should be
Yeah.
more
I
aware
agree.
of where your weapon is. You should, if you're so-called a weapon lover, you should know exactly the requirements to put it in a safe location, separated and all that. If your kid can find it, can unlock it, can get into it, clearly you don't have it in the right location, and so you should be trial. And I hope that Oxford case is not just the beginning, not just the end of that one time only. I hope it's like the new norm. If your child is going into schools killing people, you as a parent, regardless if you weren't
Now,
aware or however they stole that gun or however they got that gun, but that's still your child. If you knew your child was sick in the head, you should have been calling police to go get him uh checked with the doctor, because most of these new like laws allow, like, you call the police and they bring, like, a mental health person to the house to get them your child checked in and stuff like that. If you knew your child was sick in the head, you should have been having your child seek medical help.
Yep.
Don't let your child go kill all these innocent people and then be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know my child was sick in the head. You
all
knew.
right. I want to add to that. I want to add to that. So, okay, we all we can all agree. As was stated, you know it's more about the people behind the trigger than any fucking thing else. So, touching on what you were saying, material. Like, first of all, that kid's parents were in on what he was doing, what he was going there to do.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So at that point, you know, one of the things I'm wondering is, okay, just how much. It's one thing if, okay, something was left unattended, something was left, too easily accessible or whatever, you know, something like that. Because, like, just having your shit just go missing, get stolen or whatever, and being full on, in support of what your kid is doing when their intention using this weapon to cause harm to someone. Those are two completely different things.
But
I've
when you
always been
look at
a
all
person that talks about intent and not what it is.
But when
That
you look
always
at all
matters
the
more.
cases from
I
back
agree.
then in regards to that, every one of these parents kind of knew something. Either their kid was constantly bullied, or like they wasn't sure. Even the one case where the guy went to school, his friends had already knew he was gonna go do that. Like he had plans on doing that. So it's like at this point, it's like
Well, okay, we're not
all these
talking about
cases.
someone's friend though. We're talking about the parents
Yeah,
themselves,
the parent
not
knew also,
just
and the
not
friends
just
knew
knowing the
also. It
child
was
is
just
about to
like,
do XYZ, but supporting the shit.
yeah, it's too many cases where parents were they didn't know their kid was gonna do it that day, but they knew their kids had the thought.
Or they're
And,
just not paying attention to the child's
and
mannerisms and the shit that's going on in his school.
in
Because
all of those
I'm
Hmm.
making
situations
damn
you
sure I know
named,
what the fuck my child is going through in that school.
in all those situations that we all just named, the bottom line is the parents failed miserably.
Hmm.
100%.
But another thing I wanted to hit on that you brought up, material life, was just the mental aspect of it all. I feel like one of the things that should be implemented before a motherfucker can even, you know, be allowed to even look at a motherfucking firearm, some form of a fucking psyche valve.
They tried that. I think
because you
they
don't.
did try to run that through the laws.
They tried that.
I don't think
Because
Matter of
so.
in
fact, I think
Europe runs it just like that. You have to be mentally to even the process of working for the police to even get a gun. They
Yeah.
tried that. They tried that in America. That was not gonna happen.
Obama
Gun
tried
lovers said,
that,
"Hell
and
no."
then
They
yeah,
need to push forward again and then be adamant about the shit
Nah.
because
Nah, actually, Dion, I'm gonna disagree with you right there. And the reason why I'm gonna disagree with you is because, like, though, see, it's culture. I keep saying it. It's culture. I think it's deeper than like psychological shit. Because when you grow up within a certain culture and you have been raised within the culture to not value certain shit or to look at certain shit as a commodity instead of something that you respect and you value and you have certain rules towards, or I'll put it this way, if somebody mistreats something, right? Let's say you were raised in a household where you are not allowed to waste food. Whatever is put in front of you, you eat. It is a taboo in that house to waste any
Mhm.
type of food whatsoever. You are going
right.
to be trained that way, right? So it's not a psychological thing. You were raised within a certain culture. You were raised and trained not to motherfucking waste food. So in this other example that I want to say,
But that's
you,
when you implement that education alongside what I was saying.
yeah, but I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying,
They used to tell you there's kids in Africa who ain't got nothing to eat, so you're gonna finish this. That was the education they gave you for why they wanted you to finish eating
yeah, the
something.
education, yeah, the education is part of the training, but it's
Mhm.
deeper than that because with culture, the education is there to instill in you something to carry you towards life. That's a
Mhm.
life lesson, not to waste food. If America really cared about its citizens the way that it claims to be, then the culture would change. I said the same thing about
That's
mental
true.
health. If mental health is such a priority in America, a lot of shit within this culture would have changed. We would not be so fucking hyper individualistic as we are. And there's a lot of shit that would change in accommodation to that. So if there's a psychological issue, look at the motherfucking culture that person was
Uh,
raised in before
Hell,
you say, oh, he
the
got a
mental
we
health
also
mental
have
health.
to
problem that you
consider the
brought
other
up is a
uses
part
of
of
guns
this
and why they have
the
it.
issue we have now. It's a big part of it.
Say it again, Dion. I'm sorry.
I said that what you just said is a big part of what's going on now with that mental health thing.
Yeah, because it's indicative of the culture that you are raised in. That's why
also
mental health issues have skyrocketed in America in the last 50 years. Because as the fucking cost of living has risen up, people are not getting paid enough to live a decent life, and that fucks with you on a mental level. That's what I'm
So
saying.
robbing folks becomes easy,
It
especially if you
becomes
have a
easy.
gun.
Yeah, exactly, material. Like it becomes easier to rob somebody. It becomes easier to misuse the gun because at that
Mhm.
point you're not thinking about value. You're not thinking about, oh, this thing is sacred. You're thinking about, nigga, I gotta eat. I'm broke.
Mhm.
Like these jobs aren't paying enough, and these bills aren't gonna get paid with these jobs I have, bro. I gotta get it out the mud some way. Therefore, bang, 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 bang. Or I'll get,
So does the
or
guy behind the counter.
yeah, and or I'll give it to you another way. Like in a school, if a kid is raised in a home where it's like lower income and they don't have shit and they're constantly getting bullied because they don't have shit, girls won't talk to them or whatever, that already is planting a seed within their head. Like they're already miserable as fuck at home, they're carrying
Mhm.
that energy towards school, and then it's compounded there with the kids over there that have certain things. Like it's unequal there on an income level. So kids are fucking ruthless when it comes to that, and that's why a lot of these school shootings happen because people break. People have a mental break. They don't care anymore. That empathetic voice inside of their subconscious is fucking gone. So it's easier for them to go shoot people. It's
Because
culture. It's
it's
culture.
easier for them to find the gun too now.
Yeah, it's easier for them to find the gun. So I'm saying it all circles back. It's all interconnected with each other.
Mhm.
That's why I keep saying if you are going to have something like a gun so prominent within your culture, make sure that people have the proper education to know what the fuck it is, because this is something that can take lives. This is deeper than them just having rights. This is life or death. People are dying unnecessarily because the people that are holding these guns are ill-equipped to even rationalize why they're going to such extremes in the first place, because they don't have the language. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
shuts them down. They can't talk to people because if they do, oh, it's your fault. You need to get it out the mud. Stop fucking complaining and crying so much. Get a motherfucking job and do this. They don't hear these people. And these are cries for
I th-
help.
I think you,
Right.
father, and D Wolf been saying the same thing. Like it's the parents. They parents need to be training them and educating them on guns. Most parents don't even are
I
even trained, so the parents
I
need to be
mean,
trained. They need to be training their kids, and a lot of them are buying guns and don't understand the like ramification of having a gun in the house, because that's why a lot of these now for some reason babies are being able, like a I think it was a 3-year old shot another kid, or a father went to go, uh, rob a store thinking he was going to get money to help his daughter's medical bills or whatever the case may be. But it's like people now that the fact is
I
they
mean,
have access to guns, are it's a lot
shit.
easier for them to
I
do things that they didn't.
remember, shit, I
It's like
remember a
black people
story
and therapy,
where
man, and mental
I
health.
think it was a
Like
three or
we
four year
don't
old who
focus on that.
accidentally like shot and killed their mother playing with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime earlier this year. Like,
Or the father
shit.
whose daughter had ended up getting his gun somehow. He's a single parent. The daughter ended up getting his gun somehow and then shot herself dead. And he was end up going to trial for it or whatever. I don't know what happened to him, but it's like what happened to the point
That
where we
call
used to say, like, you put your gun somewhere that is not reachable to the kids, but it's like at this point these people living in the ghetto, their gun can't be somewhere where it's not reachable to the kids because they need to be protecting themselves. It's like, Lord, I don't know. I don't know how to
I,
work this.
I can't eat that one. I can't eat that one because even like I know there are things that like I couldn't reach as a kid where like we never had guns in my house, but there's things where I knew that I wasn't allowed to play with, and my parents purposely put it out of reach to where like especially if it was something of value, just so I wouldn't hurt myself doing it or something like that.
Hmm.
If you really wants to protect your child and all that other stuff, or like if you have a gun in your house, you know you need to put that shit away. Like you can keep it in of somewhere like in your closet, like on the top shelf where your kid can't reach it, or like he has no way to reach it, or like you can at least put it like I know some people they have compartments where you like gotta pull a lever or something like that to where like it's like a secret passageway. It's just like I think a lot of those things when you're talking about it does fall under what Father's talking about. It's like that's negligence on the parents, and if you really value something like that, you wouldn't just leave it out there for a 3-year-old to get it and accidentally shoot himself. It's just
Hmm.
you should put it up. But and I'm sorry, as much as I would like to continue this conversation, it is 1:30 in the morning. I would like to move on. Q, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
We we can continue this another week, but Q, do you have any final thoughts?
I did, but their conversation, I completely lost train of thought of what I was going to say. To be honest, the conversation, y'all
Oh
went
shit.
deep into this conversation, and I couldn't do nothing but listen and take notes. I'm just being honest. I muted myself because I was trying to put everything together, but I couldn't. Um, I'll make this short and sweet. Rest in peace to Demarius Thomas. Rest in peace to Virgil. Um, and we didn't talk about the LA riots, but I'm gonna let that slide this week. And
Yeah, we can talk
What
about
LA
that next week.
riots?
Not really like LA riots, but the police was like, I wouldn't, don't come around here. We don't think we can protect you. That's
Oh,
basically
exactly,
what the cops said.
yeah,
okay.
basically.
It was
So,
like 48 hours of riding, right? Downtown LA.
Yeah, something
oh
like
shit,
that. I'm still looking
yeah,
for the story. but it's like it
Mm.
disappeared or some shit like that. All I get is the fucking quotes. That's why I didn't talk about it.
Um, Christmas is around the corner, I guess. I really don't like Christmas, to be honest. Um, I don't really have too much to talk about this um, this week, which is surprising. So yeah,
All right, Krista was on you.
All right. So, all right. So, really quickly, I had posted a video of a girl saying that she really has nothing to offer but pussy to the guy, and it took her, I guess, the same day that she posted the video to realize that she's 32 with not much going for her in her own opinion, and she could never be submissive because she's always the one wearing the pants, meaning paying all the bills. And I thought that was so sad because um, even if she thinks all she has is to give what she quoted pussy, um, I still think that you giving yourself to someone, if this is all you have, and she didn't even mention the fact that she works and pay all the bills. So any man that comes into her life will be aided financially and know that she can hold her own. She did not take heed to that, and that was troubling to me. Now I know I'm on this panel and I talk about women that all they have to give is pussy, and that's not fucking enough. But in her case, she's not using pussy as a manipulative tool. She's just saying, "Oh, all I got is pussy." Well, at the end of the day, when you give yourself to someone, all right, that's making love, that's communicating through other means on a physical level, first off. Second of all, if the other person has more partners than you, not only are they at high risk to give you an STD, okay, but block energies that you're trying to heal from. You get what I'm saying? Because they're bringing whoever else they had as a sex partner previously, and energy to me is a really big factor in growing healthy. Third of all, you can possibly get pregnant and die on the table giving birth. So when a woman like her says that and goes live or goes and posts a video, "Oh, all I got is this to give," when she's not, I don't even know the woman, and I could see from based off of three things that she said, and she's sitting in a car, by the way, telling the world she has nothing to offer. You're sitting in a whole car. Not everybody could afford a car. Not everybody could maintain insurance. Can we talk about that? So I just wanted to like really briefly just say for women who think that all they have to offer is pussy and they're not using pussy as a tool to manipulate a man or to feel like that's all they have to bring to the fucking table, please look and see the real truth of yourself, and don't go on live saying all you have is this, because it's insulting not only to yourself but to whoever had a hand in making you the woman that you are today. Please, that's all I have to say.
That's a little pick me. So,
I was
I
gonna
thought
say that's someone who just is completely out of touch with themselves.
she still has
Father's on
family
you.
trauma, daddy trauma, all sorts of trauma, and that pussy might be stinking. So y'all probably shouldn't be going over there.
Oh God.
Uh, I just want to, for my final thoughts, I just want to send peace and blessings to my boy Jeff Hardy. Whatever he's going through, the family is with you, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Shit, damn. I think I'm on a cue. This is like I was just listening to it. Goddamn, I don't think I don't got my final
yeah,
thought.
y'all didn't, man.
Hey
Shit.
man, sometimes the conversation is necessary.
I
I
respect
think,
it.
yeah,
That's why I shut
bro.
the fuck up.
Go ahead, Q.
No, I was just saying I
I,
respect the conversation. That's why I shut the hell up.
I think next week, if we can, we could talk about gun laws and all that, because I feel like, in the words of B Wolf, there's a rabbit hole in there. We can just uh probably get into more
Yeah.
more detailed things. The funny thing is, when I was thinking of that, I was thinking of a T Rex line where he was like, 15, "Someone gave me 15K to kill a nigga that's ill. It's like for 15K, I kill a nigga
I
that's
kill a
real,
nigga for
and then
real.
I kill
That's
a nigga for
crazy.
real." So,
That was still crazy.
and I'm gonna leave it at this, and I guess we can talk about this next week. I don't. I just think about the Black Pan. I keep thinking about things like the Black Panthers or the Navy and all that other stuff. Like especially like someone that's who has shot a weapon through the military and all that other stuff. They are really anal about it. Like really like tight ass about you with a gun to a point where like if you do anything out of ordinary, they'll yell at you about it and all that stuff. They'll make sure they correct you and all that stuff. I know the Black Panthers, if you did anything, and I think this involved the thing when I was talking about Black Lives Matter, if you did anything other like I know when they go to marches, they didn't have guns all the time unless they were required to. But a lot of them, they were educated about the guns they had, so you knew the value of having a gun. So I think on both sides, y'all, it's like how can I say this? W.E.B. Du Bois and the other what's the other dude that was opposing W.E.B. Du Bois?
Marcus Garvey, him.
Yeah, I think it was Marcus Garvey. Like it's like both of y'all have both ideas y'all really stand for and all that other stuff. It's just like they're both good ways to deal with it. So it's just like where do you go? Where do you side with? So it's just that that's why I like hearing a conversation like that. But I think I don't know where I stand is. It's just that if I think we should have the guns, but like y'all been saying, you gotta treat it like it's motherfucking gold or something precious because like shit like that in the wrong hands could lead to really like dumb shit, as we can see. And like especially like Chicago, where it's like the strictest gun laws, but you see all the fucking drill rap videos, it'd be like 50 niggas in the fucking one room with AKs and choppers and shit, just pointing at the motherfucking cameraman and all that other stuff. This is why I don't do rap videos, by the way. This, this is exactly why you never see me doing rap videos. Not to be stereotypical, but I be damned if you like point a gun in my face and I'm not fucking shit. But I like
What?
conversations like these. I feel like we should have more of these. It's a good thing, but probably next week we could probably get into more detail. So that's all I'm gonna say. I would like to
But
thank
I'm gonna
y'all
say one
for
thing. Let me say one thing.
joining the
Watch
panel.
your goddamn kids. Pay attention to your children. They're not
Amen.
just there to hold space. They're not there just to be there. You gotta pay attention to them because
Be a
if it's
parent.
not you, they're gonna. That's it. Because if it's not you, they're gonna follow somebody else. They're gonna see what they see that's not positive, and they're gonna pick up on that because they're gonna think in their right mind, well, maybe this is what the fuck I could be doing because I'm not getting attention in my house. So since the homie's giving me attention for toting this gun, I might as well continue to do this shit. No, that's not the answer.
Yep.
Nigga.
Stop being afraid to teach your kids the truth. Tell your kids the truth. My father told me straight up, hey, I sell drugs. You don't want to do this shit, do you? You see me on the block every day, don't you? Shit looks stupid, don't it? You don't want to do this shit. It was that fucking simple. It's not hard. Be a parent, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
all.
Too late for me, but it ain't too late for you. You have the chance now, yo. Straight up.
Yo, Q, your father sound like the Everest man. You sitting out here on the block doing
Hey,
nothing.
I
Oh
What
swear,
you
my
hey,
doing?
I swear, hey, I
God.
swear to God, I promise you, the Everest man and my father could have been related. The way they just like you're sitting around the house, you're doing nothing. Take your ass to school and do something with your life. Get out of my face. I'm tired of seeing you every day. Like there are ways around this shit. Like I'm tired of people blaming music videos and all this other stuff on something that can be changed in the household. I listen to all type of music. I watched all type of videos, but I still don't sell drugs. I still don't tote a gun. I still don't disrespect women. That's no fucking excuse. It's the fucking parents.
Cha-ching.
Yeah. And we could talk about, like I said, we can talk about this next week. This probably be the first thing we can talk about. So I'd like to thank the panel for jumping on once again. I would like to thank all y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What, Let Me Just Say podcast, and we are signing out. Peace.
Out.
Yeah.
This